It's showtime.
It's the pre-party with J. Cal.
We are professional wrestling.
I'm building an alliance.
You are tuned into
the absolute top of the mountain, the ultimate professional wrestling.
Alliance-wrestling.com Test. Can you guys hear me now? All right, great. I think it's working. Can you guys hear me? Anyone? Anyone at all? Can you guys hear me? Anybody? Anybody can hear me? All right, I think you guys can hear me. Okay, great. Well, that wasn't embarrassing. What a way to start the pre-party. Woohoo! Oh, geez. Can we start over? All right, guys. Hey, it's Sunday. It's a pre-party. This is not a typical, clearly because my microphone didn't want to work this morning. But we're here, and we're here in celebration of the National Wrestling Alliance coming back to Fight TV on pay-per-view. Guys, we've waited since January 24th, 2002 for the NWA to present its very own wrestling show. Forget Primetime Live. I was a big fan, but that wasn't the NWA. That was the United Wrestling Network. This, today, in about an hour, is the NWA. And guys, I am so pumped up. I hope you guys are too. There are so many of you in the chat room, so let me just say hello, hi, and greetings. We see that Ron Gibson's in the house, Chris Drummond, Terry McDermott, Chris Johnson, NWA Gold. How you doing, NWA Gold? Lamb's in the house, Dave Scooby, Matt Vermillion, Jason Newsom. Again, guys, totally appreciate you being here. Chris Drummond, Big Chris Dog. If I didn't say your name, just know that I'm happy you're here. And let's not stand on ceremony, guys. We've got 3 championship matches. We're going to see 3 titles on the line. We're going to see the introduction to Slice Boogie, and let's face it, the introduction of Jordan Clearwater to the NWA fam. We're going to see the reintroduction of Crimson, who we haven't seen since 2019, since the Crockett Cup. We're going to see Big Jax Dane. The last time we saw Jax Dane, he was mopping the floor with Tim Storm all over the Georgia Public Broadcasting Studio. We're going to see the Pope, Elijah Burke, defend that TV title against the very lethal Tom Latimer. We're going to see Camille in her 5th NWA match taking on the former Women's World Champion, the woman that put Britt Barker through a table and push pins and covered her in blood. And I'm talking about Thunder Rosa, the most dominant female wrestler in the business today. Guys, it's incredible. We're going to see JR Kratos taking on Tyrus. That dude is 6'7". That dude is 375 pounds. What is on par? What's the plan for such a big man in the NWA? We're going to get all this answered tonight, or at least some of these questions will be resolved. And I'm pumped up. If you can't tell, I've got my got the coffee going. So we're good, man. We're ready to rock. And I saw that Lamb just mentioned a lot of UWN guys. There's a ton of UWN guys. And we say Slice Boogie, we say Jordan Clearwater, but you also have to remember JR Kratos is a United Wrestling Network guy. Chris Adonis was in the United Wrestling Network before becoming a member of the NWA. So there's a lot of that transferring of guys from the UWN to the NWA. It's going to be pretty good. And the Nation show's here. Welcome, guys. Had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys last night. It was a blast. Hope you guys watched that. And Lamb, the energy drink was earlier. The coffee's just to hold me over. We're planning on talking today for probably close to 3 hours, maybe even 4. I don't know exactly how long this pay-per-view is going to be today, but I gotta get going. We got Willie Bowen in the house. I see you guys. Matt Vermillion, yes, Trevor Murdoch will be in the ring tonight. He's going to be wrestling. I'm going to try to get caught up with what you guys are saying. Ron Gibson says silent but violent. You goddamn bet you it is. Part of my language. Chris Johnson says Aaron Stevens can't win, but he can have a career-making performance that could lead to a future win. Chris, I'm going to disagree with you right there. I think tonight is the night that Aaron Stevens can shock the world. Now, I'm not going to say it's the end of the world if he doesn't win, because he's still an NWA World Tag Team Champion. But on a night like tonight, when so much is stacked on the memory of Joseph Hudson, Josephus, the question mark, Sensei, there's a lot riding on it, and we're going to see a different Aaron Stevens, and I don't think Nick Aldis is prepared. I don't think Nick Aldis is prepared for what Aaron Stevens can bring to the table. Nick Aldis has been around. He's seen the question mark. He's seen the influence of the question mark on Aaron Stevens. He's seen the kind of sillier side of Aaron Stevens, but I don't think he's ever seen a very serious side of Aaron Stevens. And if there's any night to shock the world, tonight is that night. Nation Show, yeah, it was my pleasure being on, guys. That was a lot of fun. I still say that pineapple doesn't belong on pizza, but I was corrected. Hawaiian pizza was actually created in Canada, not New Jersey. Good friend of the show, Dr. Lawrence Zirconian, pointed that out to me in several angry-fueled text messages that led well into the night. Terry McDermott's got cheese dips. What are you guys snacking? What do you guys have to eat? I would normally have some popcorn here, but I don't have that because I'm going to be on camera, and quite frankly, I think it would be kind of gross for you guys to watch me eat for an hour, so we won't be doing that. Let's see. We got Willie Bowen says he wishes that the SWE wrestling wrestlers would make an appearance on Power. Willie, your wishes come true because Jax Dane and Crimson both wrestled SWE last night, and here they are in the NWA competing today, and Tim Storm, formerly of SWE, will be making his return to the NWA as well. I don't know that he's actually going to be wrestling tonight. Of course, the card has been released, and his name is nowhere on it. Willie Bowen is doing the Cheetos, the crunchy ones. That's good. Chris Johnson's got the whiskey. Nice. Nachos are almost ready. Ooh, nachos sound good. Ron says the reason that Nick Aldis needs to watch out is because he's not wrestling Aaron, he's wrestling Eric. And we have no clue how deep and dark the real man goes. Okay. Well said. I mean, what more can you put on that? This is a presentation of Alliance-Wrestling.com, your number one source for news and information for the National Wrestling Alliance. Now, the website is down currently, but we're working very hard to get that back up, and I would imagine it'll be up before the next Power, or I should say the next pre-party, which will be Tuesday. Hopefully we have it up by then. If not, we'll keep you updated. Of course, you could visit us on all social medias at the Alliance blog. That's Facebook, Tumblr, TikTok, all of them, Instagram, Twitter, of course. And Willie B says, is Serena Deeb wrestling tonight? And no, I think Serena Deeb is still out with her orthoscopic knee surgery that she had recently. The usual timetable for that is like 3 to 6 weeks. We're at week 3 right now, so it would have been asking a whole lot for her to be able to compete tonight. I think by the next pay-per-view she might be ready, maybe even by the next round of TV tapings. Now that's the thing, if you guys already signed up for the NWA Power subscription service, because remember, for $4.99 a month you're going to get 3 episodes of NWA Power a month. I know, that sounds a little bit odd to me too, but that's what the advertisement says, is that there's 3 episodes of Power a month, and then that also gives you access to all the previous footage of NWA Power, as well as the older select pay-per-views. Now, right now, they're offering both the Into the Fire, the first NWA pay-per-view, and the second pay-per-view, Hard Times. Now, we know, well, maybe you don't know this, but the NWA 70th anniversary show was produced in conjunction with Jeff Jarrett's Global Wrestling Force pay-per-view. So that pay-per-view is not technically an NWA pay-per-view. Now, maybe Fight will change that down the road, but right now, that is still, if you go and search, that's under categorized under Global Wrestling Force. And then the Crockett Cup 2019 was actually slotted as a Ring of Honor pay-per-view. So it's not available on the NWA select pay-per-views. Now that could change. I'm not speaking from an authoritative place, but if you go and look right now on Fight TV, that's how it's set up. Chris Drummond says maybe Tim Storm can do commentary. I would love Tim Storm to do commentary. Not only is the man very knowledgeable, but he's super eloquent, very well spoken, and him. I mean, I'd much rather see Tim Storm in the ring, no doubt about it. But Tim Storm on commentary could be pretty interesting as well. Matt Vermillion says SCU in the NWA. I mean, Christopher Daniels is a phenomenal wrestler. He might be a little bit past his prime, but he could still deliver high quality matches. I mean, it was just a few years ago he won the Ring of Honor World Championship. He could bring a lot to the table, to the NWA, but the size and strength and age, that all seems to favor Nick Aldis. So, what would happen if those two stepped in the ring? I mean, it would be very interesting for sure, to say the least. But right now, I mean, we can't even worry about tomorrow. Nick Aldis has his hands full tonight. Now, I want to preface by saying I am not a Nick Aldis hater. People might assume that. People have told me, hey, Jay, why do you always hate on the world's heavyweight champion? And to be honest, I don't hate on the world's heavyweight champion. Much like many of you guys, I just wanted to see more from our world's heavyweight champion. I'm looking for something currently. Sorry that I'm showing off my shirt here. I'm a Nick Aldis fan. I think very highly of Nick Aldis. But Nick Aldis has the auspicious task of not only carrying that 10 pounds of gold and not only being the face of the NWA, but Nick Aldis has a target on his back. And he's held that target for almost 900 days, maybe longer. I don't have my calculator in front of me. We know that he's defeated the guys like Cody. Well, he defeated Cody to win the title. He defeated Tim Storm to win the title. He's defended that belt against guys like... why am I drawing a blank all of a sudden? Why can't I think of anybody? Well, we know he defeated Bad Dude Tito. We know he defeated Flip Gordon. We know he defeated Marty Scurll. We know he defeated Marcus Burke. We know that he defeated Jason Strife. We know he defeated Noby Bryant. We know he defeated Michael Bennett. We know he defeated Brian Pillman Jr. And the list kind of goes on and on. I mean, you could think back to Jack Hager. You could think back to Tommy Dreamer. You could think back to Colt Boom Boom Cabana. And the list is very, very diverse. And he's defended that title successfully. He's only lost the belt one time. He's only lost an NWA title match once. That's something to think about. He's only lost one NWA title match. There it is. Brian Cage, Willie Mack. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty deep, the amount of people he's defeated to retain that title. I mean, he's taken it to the UK. He's taken it to China. He's taken it to Australia. He's defended in Canada, all over the United States. Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, Primetime Live. He's defended the belt at the Independent Wrestling Expo. He's defended it for 127 Promotions in Tennessee. He literally has taken that belt all over the world. But tonight, again, he's facing Aaron Stevens, somebody who should not be taken for granted. Somebody who is a skilled, well-versed wrestler. Acting aside, silly gimmicks aside, Aaron Stevens is a trainee of Killer Kowalski. Aaron Stevens is a former WWF or WWE Tag Team Champion. He's a former Impact Grand Champion. There's a lot to be said for the skill set of the man formerly known as Damien Sandow. There's something to be said about a guy who went to Puerto Rico and wrestled all over Puerto Rico, not only in the World Wrestling Council, but also in IWA Puerto Rico. He is a very, very dangerous man, and I honestly think if you guys still haven't got the idea yet that he is a legitimate threat to Nick Aldis, you're going to be shocked tonight. Now, I can't tell you who's going to walk away World's Heavyweight Champion, but if I were to go with my gut, I'm telling you right now, Aaron Stevens looks really, really sharp. Matt Vermillion wants to know if Ric Flair ever defended the gold in Hawaii. I know that there was the promotion out there in Hawaii. I don't know if Rick ever defended the title out there. Somebody could source that, cagematch.net. Look up Ric Flair and see how many times he defended the 10 pounds of gold in Hawaii. Willie Bowen said, yep, he defeated against Superfly Offie. Yeah, man, I agree with you. Aaron Stevens, this isn't the same guy that we saw a couple months ago. This wasn't the guy that said, he isn't the same guy that was doing the goofy movie parodies in the Georgia Public Broadcasting Studio. He wasn't the guy that was shining a light in Trevor Murdoch's face during the national title match. I mean, he sounds more focused and more determined than we've ever seen him. And win, lose, or draw, Aaron Stevens can take his career to the next level tonight with an outstanding performance. If he goes out there and literally, craps the bed, he's going to be pretty much out of the universe. You know what I mean? Like, this is his opportunity. Win, lose, or draw, he can really, really kind of solidify what it means to be a champion, even without winning the title. And so I really feel like Stevens is going to be a real threat. But that's not the only match, guys. There are a ton of other matches here. And I mean, we start off with that 4-way dance. I still don't understand the booking behind this. A 4-way match, to me, usually, when we talk about the National Wrestling Alliance, a 4-way match to me usually means that there's going to be something of a conclusion where the winner's going to get something like a title shot, or it's going to end a really bad feud between 4 different individuals. This one doesn't make sense to me. There's like no real end game here. Welcome to the show, Sean. This 4-way just seems like lazy booking. And I don't care whose feelings I hurt there. It just doesn't make sense. Like, you got 2 guys who literally last night, Jack Stane and Crimson, were tag teaming in SWE Fury. They've been a tag team everywhere they've gone. They've been a tag team for the NWA. There's no reason to split that tag team up. Now, I get it. It's been 2 years since we've seen Crimson tag team with Jack Stane. But with that being said, there's no reason to split them up. There's some fans who don't know that they were a tag team before, but that doesn't really matter. I mean, there's you can't always book to the lowest common denominator. And I'd much rather would have seen Jordan Clearwater take on Slice Boogie in a one-on-one match, and I much rather would have seen the War Kings take on somebody as a tag team, whether it be the Koloff Dynasty, or somebody affiliated with the NWA. So, I don't know. It just kind of seems disappointing to me that match is booked. Lamb agrees with me. It doesn't make sense. Like, hey, look, we have these guys and no plans. Oh, yeah, let's put them in a 4-way. I mean, I think that's exactly what it was, Lamb. And like, if you want to make this match, then cool, sweeten the pie. The winner of this 4-way is going to get a shot at whoever wins the TV title match on the first episode of Power. Then you got something. Now you've piqued my interest. But just a match to have a match doesn't make any sense at all. Willie Bowen says he wished Flair would have wrestled Dr. Death. Wow, why would you want to do that to Ric Flair? Dr. Death was a murderer. Literally, I mean, that guy went out and killed people. Dr. Death Steve Williams was great, but he unabashedly was just a brutal dude in the ring. Is everyone else having a good Sunday morning? I hope you guys are. I hope everyone is. It's NWA Sunday. When was the last time we were able to say that? Just to say something in the stream right now. If you have already subscribed to NWA Power, the $4.99 a month, I'm curious. I know we're on a delay, so I want to know if you guys have signed up for it. Ron Gibson says Aaron had a lot of fun with a question mark because Joseph was so fun-loving. But with him now gone, I think this is going to be a darker, more focused wrestler today. I think that's good. Aaron, I agree. I mean, Ron, I agree. Excuse me. I agree that Stevens is going to be a little bit darker today. The Nation show has jokes, man. I mean, look, he's still relevant if you believe in QAnon and want to talk conspiracy. I mean, I'm sure he's got something going on today. Wow. Terry McDermott has subscribed to the weekly show. So has the Nation. Lamb says he did not subscribe and will not subscribe. Understood. Sean says, do you think there will be more talent to debut this week? Yeah, I do. I really, really do. I think we might even see some more stars tonight. Like this, we have a lineup and we have a pretty solid show, but there's still talent out there that we know are going to be a part of it. Sal Renaro has even tweeted that he's going to be there. We know Kyle Davis is going to be behind the booth, not necessarily with Joe Galley, but behind the, I guess, the pedestal where David Marquez formerly was. Dave Scooby ordered the pay-per-view, so did DKM. And I kind of understand Lamb's perspective about not paying for it. I mean, I know there's so much wrestling content out there. It does seem kind of counterintuitive to put your product behind a pay window when you're asking the folks to pay $19.99 for your pay-per-views. If you're doing monthly pay-per-views, that's $19.99 a month. But then on top of that, making them pay another $5 a month to watch your broadcast. I feel like there could have been a better way to do that. However, I also understand that they have to make a profit. They have to generate revenue. They can't just keep spending and spending in a deficit. As a business owner myself, there's only so much money I'm willing to spend on things before I have to cut it off. If it's not making me money, then I have to find different avenues to do what I wanted to do. So I can see why the idea is to put it behind a pay window. It's just, I know there's 212,000 subscribers on YouTube who are itching for that NWA content, and I know that 212,000 people aren't going to all of a sudden pay $4.99 a month for Fight to watch something they used to get for free. The economics of it doesn't make sense, especially when there's other alternatives out there. You could watch Impact Wrestling on Twitch for free. You can go and download Pluto. There's a veritable wrestling channel as well as an Impact channel. You can watch wrestling for free all the time. MLW's content is made regularly available free on several different sources. So I don't quite understand why they'd want to alienate part of that fan base. And I hope they do come up with a solution that is a little bit more inclusive of the folks that don't want to pay that $4.99 a month. I mean, at the end of the day, $4.99 isn't a lot. But I think you're already asking fans to pay on top of what they're already paying. It just seems, again, a little counterintuitive. Lamb says, it's not about the financial thing. I see the business model, and I think it's smart by them. They must make money, but that's not why I will not subscribe. That's fair. There's a lot of people upset right now with the NWA because that they're using Tyrus. There's a lot of people upset with the NWA because they are not using David Marquez. I mean, there's a whole reason, there's a whole litany of items that you could make you choose where and where not to spend your time, effort, and energy. I mean, we're consumers, all of us. Even I'm a consumer. Even though I'm sitting here slamming my NWA shirt at you, and every week we're talking about the National Wrestling Alliance. We've been doing it for well over a year now. We're still, at the end of the day, we're consumers, all of us. We're all allowed to make that choice. So, DKM points out that Ring of Honor is free on Fight. Sean Mega says, hopefully they will make a deal with Live Nation when things open back up. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see them tour, but I don't know. I mean, like, there's talk that WWE might not ever tour again, that they've actually made so much more money just doing things in-house and having that select stage. And there's something to that. They can control that environment. They can put out what they want. It's safe. So, I don't know. Willie Bowen says Tyrus is a bum. I agree. Tyrus is a bum, but he's a 6'7", 375-pound bum. I mean, he's a whole lot of bum. Sean Mega says they should make the shows free a month later. That might be something they might do. I mean, look, I'm sitting here screaming, hey, wait. NWA, you've got 212 subscribers on YouTube. You can't just abandon them. Trust me, the NWA has thought about that. You know, I don't want to say that anyone there is foolish or dumb. These guys have been around the business for a long time, and they know how important 212,000 subscribers are to their YouTube channel. They pulled everything off for reasons that, basically led to Fight TV, but there's opportunity to still create content that isn't NWA Power. And much like they did NWA Shockwave, maybe they could create a new program exclusive to YouTube, or just another way of creating content that could get us fans back into it, like a 10 pounds of gold or something along those lines. Again, the advertisement for the subscription service says it's going to be 3 episodes a month. So, I mean, previously I thought it would just be an episode every month and your subscription would renew every month. But that isn't the case. They're only going to be releasing 3 episodes a month unless something changes. So that means that some weeks we'll be only getting 3 out of 4 weeks or 3 out of 5 weeks of NWA content. Now, maybe they're going to put in something special on that 4th week, or maybe they'll be doing 10 pounds of gold to fill that gap. Whatever it is, I don't really know yet, but it'll be interesting to see what it is. We know when the NWA in 2019 started in October, they recorded so much content to get them from October. Sorry, guys. To get them from October to December, but then they needed to record more content. Remember, they ran out of stuff, and they were showing like a best of and highlights from the pay-per-view. Maybe that's what they'll do going forward with this, but I just feel like 3 episodes a month isn't enough. So let's see. If you are good at something, don't do it for free. Absolutely, Lamb. I mean, except for this podcast. Well, I'm not very good at it, so that's why it's no charge. Tyrus is a bum. We talked about that. Chris Johnson. But even if a small fraction of that do, let's say 20%, that's $100K. Well, let's be realistic. I mean, they don't need 20K. If they could get at least 1,000 subscribers, which, I mean, that's, to me, that sounds really low. If they can get 1,000 subscribers, they're going to be doing way better numbers than they were doing on YouTube, because YouTube, I mean, I've spoken to industry insiders, people who are producing wrestling content for YouTube, and no, I'm not talking about David Marquez. And he said, the person that I spoke to mentioned that their content, which isn't directly affected or related to the NWA, was only getting about $800 per hour per episode. That's not a lot of money when you think about how much it costs to put on these shows. That the Georgia Public Broadcasting Studio, that's not a free building for them. They have to pay for that. And then they have to pay for the wrestling talents. Then they have to pay for the cameramen and the guy setting up the lighting and the guy running the sound and music and the guy operating the boards and then the director and then the producer and then, the referees. Everyone has a fixed cost. It's not like anyone's out there volunteering to do this for free. And even if they are, there's still other costs associated with this. A ring crew, all of this stuff, it's not free. So they have to make money. We all know that. YouTube wasn't the answer. We all know that. But that's not to say that you still can't use YouTube as an opportunity to grow the brand and produce content for that vehicle. Lamb, thank you, sir. Yes, you can produce. You can purchase. You can I can't talk anymore. It's going to be a fun 3 hours. You can buy NWA merchandise from the NWA store, I guess, but you can buy Alliance merchandise. Man, this is tough. At the Alliance blog, visit alliance-wrestling.com. Go to the merch store. You can get hats, t-shirts. We're putting up a few new styles. We should have another 1 or 2 up in the next few weeks. And again, all that money comes back to helping grow this brand and grow this this little show that we do every Tuesday. And then, of course, you guys do know that we used to do a podcast every Thursday following NWA Power, where former NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion Kevin Frazier, DKM, and myself would talk NWA. That would be the Alliance Guys podcast. That is set to return this Thursday, March 25th. More details as they become known. DKM says safe won't earn you a lot. That's true. There have to be some risks. The Nation Show says, just for the hell of it, he would have flown Sandoval to GPB today to be the only fan in the crowd. I have a sneaking suspicion that there's going to be some people that we know really well in attendance at the pay-per-view today, but they'll be limited to what they could talk about on their podcast. When they talk about pro wrestling, this is. Sean Vega says WWE does highlight videos for Raw, SmackDown, Raw. on YouTube. Maybe the NWA could consider doing something like that for their YouTube page. I think they will, and I think that's something that probably very much something that should happen. Again, that vehicle that YouTube is, it's a ferocious beast, right? Because you have to appeal, you have to conserve your content for the paying audience, but that doesn't mean putting stuff out on YouTube won't help grow that audience. You just don't want to cannibalize the audience. I mean, look, I don't really watch WWE programming, and for the most part, I could catch up with everything that's going on in the WWE by scrolling through Twitter or Facebook and seeing the highlight videos and the major angles and feuds that are going on. So there has to be that semblance of equity where the work they're putting into Fight TV is benefiting Fight TV. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Willie Bowen says Scott Hudson would be great doing commentary. Yeah, I mean, Scott Hudson's one name. Raven would be another name that I really like. We've talked about it earlier. Someone suggested Tim Storm. I mean, there's a ton of guys that would be really good just on the roster. I mean, we know Elijah Burke from his time in Impact was doing commentary. So there's guys on the roster who are more than capable of filling in that role. I wouldn't be surprised if it's just Joe Galley tonight. And Sean wanted to point out we're 20 minutes away, and I'm excited. I kind of have butterflies. I don't know if you guys get that, but it's like it's been such a long time waiting for this show to happen, waiting for the NWA to finally pivot, and it's happening. It's happening tonight. It's happening in 20 minutes. I say tonight, but I really mean in less than an hour. The NWA finally was able to make that pivot, and we talked about this for weeks. You know, not just on this podcast, but really any NWA-themed podcast. We talked about don't give up hope that the NWA would return. The NWA would return. We've been saying it for months, for a year, and it's finally coming back, and I'm really excited about that. I don't know if you guys saw Billy Corgan today on Instagram Live. He went live and was talking about how the show was dedicated to the memory of Joseph Hudson, and that how excited he was for the show to be happening tonight. And yeah, it's coming. It's here. And yeah, man, this is a good time for the NWA. Like you know, getting caught up. I'm trying to say too much too fast, and I'm blaming the coffee. The NWA is a brand that has been around since 1948. Just over 72 years. We don't know what direction Billy has planned for the NWA going forward. If this model looks anything like the model we saw when they released in 2017, it's not about quick growth. It's about manageable growth. It's about putting on shows that fans want to watch. It's about putting on a product that people want to get behind. I think that the NWA is finally getting to a place where we're going to get to see a lot of that hard work come to fruition. And I think if COVID-19 didn't impact their plans last year, we would have had some very interesting storyline develop between Nick Aldis and Marty Scurll. We would have seen the Crockett Cup evolve, and who knows which tag teams would have been involved with that. Then we would have probably seen more of the Circled Squared, where the NWA developed new talent for the show. We would have probably seen Power evolve from just a 1-hour show to maybe a 2-hour show. Or maybe Circled Squared would become a regularly weekly program. There's so much stuff that could have happened had it not been for COVID-19. Now, you know, you can't get Billy Corgan to come on camera and talk about what was going to happen. And Nick Aldis will only tell you that there were plans in place for the NWA to do a lot of big things. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of the wind was taken out of the sails because of this global pandemic. And now that we're finally starting to see an end of the horizon, you know, we've seen that light at the end of the tunnel. The NWA is finally at a place where it is able to pivot. And I think the sky's the limit. You know, I don't think that they need to be in bed with AEW to be successful. I don't think they need to be in bed with Ring of Honor to be successful. Hell, I don't even think they need to be in bed with United Wrestling Network to be successful. I think they could stand on their own, and I think tonight is the first step in getting to that next level. if this pay-per-view does well and the subscriptions start coming in for Power, then maybe we'll get more pay-per-views, or maybe we'll get more additional content. So I'm very excited about tonight and what tonight means, because when I say that this event is going to shape the future of the NWA, I don't mean just from storyline. I mean from an entire company focus. If this pay-per-view does well, you can expect more from the NWA. If it does terrible and tanks, well, then you probably won't see as much money being invested in the National Wrestling Alliance. We know that they have a deal with Fight, so they're going to continue to produce NWA Power. We just don't know exactly what's going to be next for the NWA. And Chris says, Jay, you're the man, and despite all the shot I give you, which I think he meant shit, thanks for being steady and stalwart. You love the product, is admirable. Chris, I'll be honest, man, this is sometimes been a chore and sometimes has been a passion project. I've been covering the NWA since 2006, and honestly, even really before that, but not officially as the Alliance. We used to cover the NWA for SoCal Uncensored. I was at a lot of Dave Marquez's early projects that were connected to the NWA, the Inoki Dojo stuff, the Tokon series, and the first NWA showcase tapings that he did out in Glendale Studios years and years ago, and the first Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, that they called it NWA Hollywood. Those tapings were at the Columbia Square Studios. I drove to Yuma, Arizona from Southern California to watch Sean Waltman challenge Adam Pearce for the 10 pounds of gold. I flew to China to see Colt Cabana challenge Nick Aldis for the 10 pounds of gold. We were at the 70th anniversary show. We were at the Crockett Cup 2019. And we were at the first set of TV tapings for NWA Power. And I was also at the first primetime live pay-per-view, which had the World's Heavyweight Championship match between Michael Bennett and Nick Aldis. I am a very proud fan of the NWA. I've been talking about the NWA for, gosh, I guess 15 years now. And so it's very humbling to see where the NWA has gone and how it's come about and how it's growing. It's humbling to see other people now getting on board with the NWA and us sharing our fandom. It's really satisfying, to be honest. And I mean, you could ask DKM. There was a point in time where my affinity for the NWA was waning. I almost stepped away from it all completely back in 2016 when I felt like the NWA was being ran into the ground by Bruce Tharp. Luckily, that didn't continue. And yeah, we're getting closer to the pay-per-view. Let's see. Willie Bowen says that NWA Pro Wrestling is like the Rock of Gibraltar. That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, Sean, people do forget the struggles of the Tharp era. And I mean, it was hard. I mean, look, when you look back and you could see those rose-tinted glasses and look at the shows with New Japan Pro Wrestling or those big shows down in Texas, but you tend to forget some of the crap that happened during that time. Thanks for joining us, Nation Show. We're going to be here during the entire pay-per-view. If you want to check back in, you guys are more than welcome to. I'm going to pull out my tablet here in a minute. We're going to get the pay-per-view back on here in just a minute. April has a podcast with Aaron. That's an interesting thought, Matt. Oh, wow, Matt. That's a great one. April Hunter as a commentator. Huh. That'd be very interesting. That would be really good. Yeah, Lamb, I'm going to pull out, the 10 pounds of tablet, and we're going to put on... We're going to put on the pay-per-view, and we're going to try to do a watch-along. And I don't know how good it's going to go, guys. And to be honest, if it sucks, I might just cut it out early. But we're going to try to do something a little bit different. I'm going to step out my comfort zone. I've never done a watch-along before. So if you guys, you want to hear my annoying hot takes during the show, I'm going to read your guys' comments too. And we're going to talk NWA through the pay-per-view like the noisy movie theater crowd that sometimes people, some people want to be alone and quiet while they're watching their movies. Some people like to be rowdy and throw popcorn at the screen. I encourage you all to throw popcorn at the screen, especially when the heels come on camera. And when the baby faces are on camera, you can cheer as much as you want. Yeah, Lamb, you don't have to leave anywhere. And if it's just you and me, Lamb, then we're just going to talk. We're going to talk NWA throughout the pay-per-view. I'm kind of curious as how this pay-per-view is going to go, because another thing that maybe a lot of people don't know is that they're not going to be in the same studio at the Georgia Public Broadcasting Studio. They're supposed to be in a smaller area. So I had heard that that studio is much smaller, and they're doing that to kind of because they won't have an audience. There's no need to have that bigger venue. Willie, all right, man. So we're gonna get here in just a minute. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this going here. Okay, we're waiting to start. We're 12 minutes away. So yeah, I mean, again, this is a big day for the NWA. The card is set. I mean, the matches are set. We're supposed to see Crimson, Jack Stane, and Jordan Clearwater, Slice Boogie in a 4-way. I'm putting my money on Jack Stane, by the way. Kratos versus Tyrus. I think this is going to speak a lot about the future vision of the NWA, how this match plays out. Because if Tyrus wins, then that means that I think Billy Corgan's vision for the NWA is to kind of restock the farm system with talents who were previously associated with the World Wrestling Entertainment or Impact Pro Wrestling. And if they bring in guys like that, it's not going to be what it was before. That doesn't mean it can't still be good. J.R. Kratos, I mean, I know for a fact that J.R. Kratos was one of Billy's favorites. That's how he got picked to team with Stevens in that tag team match. Next up, we have the television champion Elijah Burke taking on Tom Latimer. That should be a really good match, and I could see it going either way. That's what I was saying on the Nation show. And Tom Latimer, you have a guy who's just so good, just so has a lot of good tools. I mean, I'm not gonna say he's the greatest promo in the business, but what he lacks in eloquency, he makes up in brutality. And I think him in the ring is a very, very, it's going to be tough. And Elijah Burke, who, I mean, he's kind of like a modern day Dusty Rhodes. And I don't mean to be cliche, but that promo when he won the title, when he challenged Zicky Dice, I mean, that promo meant so much at the time. It gave me goosebumps. And I really felt like if the NWA decided to put more emphasis on Elijah Burke, I think he has a lot of tools. He's a good promo. He's a good wrestler. But he can mean so much more to the NWA than just a TV champion. Dave Scooby says Tim Storm will be on commentary with Joe. That's cool. I mean, I think that's a good one. A good move. At least for tonight. Chris says watching Aldis versus Ricky Morton. That was the match that originally sold him on Aldis. Man, Chris, you're killing me. I'm not a big fan of the Rock and Roll Express. Part of that is my tenure working with the World Junior Heavyweight Champion Kevin Frazier. I don't love Ricky Morton. And I might be giving away this real soon. This was in our pro wrestling loot box. If you guys, anyone interested in, hit me up. Maybe I'll part with it. And then we also have the national championship. I kind of overstepped that one, and that's Chris Adonis, Chris Masters versus Trevor Murdoch. Initially, I was very ho-hum about this match, but I really think that this is going to provide some. It's gonna be able to showcase Trevor Murdoch really well. I don't know what the long-term plans are with DKM. I'm not even Catholic. Go Pope. I love it. I don't know what the what's gonna happen with Chris Adonis going forward, but I think Trevor Murdoch scoring a victory over Adonis is a big win for him. I mean, he just had his first title defense last month at SW Fury. I think he needs this victory to kind of solidify him as champion. And that's the thing, man. You know, nobody wants to see Aldis lose the title tonight, but I don't think that I don't think anybody wants the champions to lose tonight. I don't think anyone wants Burke to lose, and I don't think anyone wants Trevor Murdoch to lose. I haven't seen anyone say anything regarding those two champions. So, I mean, it would be interesting for me to see this pay-per-view kick off the new era of the NWA, and then not even no title would change hands. That seems counterintuitive to me, but I'm not the one booking the show. Willie Bowen says he prays that Watts makes his NWA debut. You know, I like Watts a lot. Watts isn't contractually obligated anywhere, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him show up on AEW as much as I wouldn't be surprised to see him show up in the NWA. He's a good talent. He's got a unique look. Again, he brings a certain skill set that's different than most wrestlers have. He's got size. He's got strength. He can cut a decent promo. I just don't know if the NWA is interested in him, to be honest. Chris Johnson says, you can despise him as a man, but to a guy who has only ever known his wrestling, he's a great performer, but they sucked in the ring at damn near 60 and all the... Hey, Chris, you were 100% right on that, by the way. You have to give all the credit in the world to Aldis for being able to put even a somewhat interesting match with a guy who's in his 60s. But I'll say this, Ricky Morton, for being 60, he could still have a decent match. He isn't awful. I'll say that. He isn't awful. And him as a man, you know, that's not even really it. To me, it's just there's a time and place for wrestlers to move on. You know, I don't think Ric Flair should still be wrestling at age 60. You know, I don't think Ricky Morton should still be wrestling at age 62. I think at some point these guys have to let go and allow wrestling to continue on after them. You know, Luthez only wrestled a handful of times after he retired. And I know Ricky Morton never retired. And I know Ric Flair, you know, was retired. But I just think at some point they all need to let go to make room for the new class. You know, that I think what plagued the WWE in the late 90s is holding on to all these talents who really weren't taking them to the next level. The same thing with the WCW, you know, that when they picked up Hogan, they picked up Macho Man. Again, these guys weren't awful, but they were past their primes. That's what gave way to Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H and The Rock and Chris Jericho. You know, WCW was more bent on signing the names who were the stars of the past and trying to find a way to plug them into their formula, where WWE was signing guys who were exciting and were drawing attention, and it was more about the talent as opposed to storyline, where WCW was more about storyline than talent. At least that's how I see it. So when you got a guy like Dan the Beast Severn show up in the WWE and they don't know what to do with him because he doesn't have an over-the-top character, that just shows me that the writing's sloppy. That someone should have just said, hey, he's a damn mixed martial artist, put him in the ring and let him destroy people. And that's kind of what they did for a little bit. And now I'm kind of going off base here. Guys, we're 4 minutes away. Like, I feel like my computer should be doing something. Like, we should get a countdown clock or something. Oh, there's a chat going on there too. Anyways, so what match are you guys looking forward to the most? What do you guys want to see? You know, I really feel like the match of the night, if it's not Stevens and Aldis, I really think Latimer and Pope are going to put on a clinic. And with that being said, they're only going to have 6 minutes and 5 seconds, so maybe not, but I just feel like there's so much talent in the ring for that one. I can't wait to see what they're going to do. DKM says Aldis versus Stevens. That looks like a fun match to me. Even if you don't like Nick Aldis or if you don't like Aaron Stevens, just that match seems like I have a lot of fun for it. Willie, you're right. I just think that the NWA needs to figure out a way to stand on its own. We can say bringing in talent from Mission Pro Wrestling, but I really think that the NWA should just start locking up its own talent. They found Thunder Rosa. Anyone could have signed Thunder Rosa. She wasn't exclusive anywhere, right? She was a free agent when the NWA picked her up. So was so was Allison Kay, so was Marty Bell, so was Tasha Steeles. None of them were signed anywhere. They were just available. There's talents out there right now. Heather Monroe, Ruby Reyes, like you said, some of the talents from Mission Pro. There's talents available. I mean, look, the WWE just came in, picked up Priscilla Kelly, Elena Black, and Lacey Ryan. I mean, those were all three of those women were featured on Primetime Live before being snatched up by NXT, right? And AEW's using a very healthy dose of some of the women from Mission Pro Wrestling. So there's a lot of talent out there. It's up to the NWA to make it work. Wow, 2 minutes, 1 minute 54 seconds. I know it's a little bit of a delay, so you guys are watching this. Remember, when I'm reacting, it's a slight delay from what I'm seeing to what you guys are seeing. So just letting you know right now, I'm gonna do my best not to spoil stuff, but we'll see how it goes. Terry says he would like to see someone unknown get a break, give the NWA its own roster. Absolutely. I mean, Ricky Starks was well known in the Southwest region, but not a household name by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm not saying that the NWA made him a household name, but it wasn't until he was in the NWA that AEW came knocking for him. So, excuse me. Who's someone out there that's available, Terry? Who's someone that you think that the NWA could grab a hold of? I know DKM is very high on Moonshine Mantel. Lamb, yeah. I mean, it's you've got a lot of different dichotomies here because there are talents. First and foremost, the NWA isn't going to have their own talents per se until they open up a wrestling school. If they start working with Tried and True Pro Wrestling and they literally have people recruited for the NWA going through like a school, that's the only way they're going to have official NWA talents. Otherwise, they're just going to pick and choose on the indies of who they want. And that's not necessarily bad either. I mean, that's where we're getting Jordan Clearwater, Slice Boogie. Oh, pay-per-view is starting. Make sure I got the big screen here. Pay-per-view is starting. Redbeard, yeah, that's another good callback. I mean, he would be another guy that, hey, he'd be perfect for this. I'm not getting any countdown. Oh, here we go. It'd be funny if Fight didn't have mine work. The unauthorized reproduction or distribution of a copyrighted work is illegal. Criminal copyright infringement. All right, we're starting off with Aaron Stevens, the same promo that they showed just recently on YouTube. He's taking it seriously. They show him defeating Ricky Starks, doing a nip-up. Cartwheels and it's funny how, like, Aaron Stevens to me is the one guy who NWA Power had all these different shades of gray. You never knew for sure if Nick Aldis was a face or if Eli Drake was a face or James Storm was the face. And it took a swerve to make Nick Aldis heel. It made Strictly Business for me to make it heel. Tim Storm was a babyface the entire time. But somebody like Aaron Stevens was a heel the entire time. He was never in a gray area. He was always a guy you were supposed to boo. So he really was the only true heel on the program since day one. Willie Bowen says, Watts, the sons of the Von Erichs, Marshall, and I know Marshall. I don't know the other one's name. Yeah, I mean, Willie, that's the problem. These guys are under contracts with MLW, like Lamb pointed out. You can't get the Von Erichs just to jump ship. Now, maybe when their contracts are up, the NWA can make an offer, but... Oh, there goes the camera again. This pay-per-view very much has a VHS feel, which I think Josephus would appreciate. And it's a Smashing Pumpkins songs, of course. I wonder if Danny Deals is going to be around tonight. I wonder if he's going to be there to manage. He's going to be there to manage Jack Stain. Really, they still might be. I mean, there's time. That's the thing. Like, Corgan always said that this roster was going to be kind of like a merry-go-round. You know, talent will come and go. They have a canned NWA chant. Yeah, Chris, that was a good opening video. I agree. And we do have Tim Storm behind the booth.
Man, Joe, I'm so excited. Back for the attack. It's going to be a fantastic show. Tons of energy. Hey, you said it. This isn't a reboot. We're back.
We're back, and we are bringing to you a colossal lineup
Thank you.
of professional wrestling this evening that
Wave to the camera. Say hi to everyone.
Hi, everybody. We're giving my dad some Girl Scout cookies.
Girl Scout cookies. Oh, careful.
I will.
Alright. Love you, honey. Shut the door.
And here's the way this is going to work. This is all 4 men in the ring. The first one to submit, the first one to lose by pinfall, the match is over, and we're going to have a winner.
And moving on from that, this is going to be the battle.
So it's not even an elimination match. It's literally just a. It's literally a one in, one out.
These guys are legitimate big men, big monsters. This is going to be a slobber knocker. This is going to be two guys in there just beating the snot out of each other.
And moving on from that, we got this World Television Championship match. Pope defending.
Tell your daughter I said hello.
He's going to have his hands full with Tom Latimer.
Interesting matchup. We've got real differences in style. Both talented workers, professionals. This is going to be a good one, too.
And I have to say, I am super excited for this matchup as well. The world has been waiting for this moment. It's an NWA World Women's Championship #1 contenders.
Hey, Ian. Welcome back.
Hey, like you said, this is something that people around the world have been waiting for a really, really long time.
So there's crowd noises coming from the show. And as far as I know, there wasn't supposed to be an audience. So I think we all got swerved. Thanks, Matt.
Steven has a chance tonight to make another mark on the wrestling business. Nick Aldis is all knowing everything he's got because he has been our champion, is a true champion.
He certainly is, and no one knows that better than Tim Storm. And speaking of our champion, let's now go to Kyle Davis, who's going to have a word with the champion.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Nick Aldis, it has been 882 days as the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, and joining me at the podium right now is the man himself, Nick Aldis.
There's definitely a live audience there. That's something we weren't expecting.
As we all know, the world's taken a turn. There was some side
That 10 pounds of gold is beautiful, man.
for the attack.
Looks great.
You yourself are here for just such a thing.
Kyle, it's safe to say that the last time you and I were stood in this room, things were a little different, were they not? Safe to say that this organization and everybody associated with it has suffered a setback or two. But you know what they say about setbacks? They're just the setup for the comeback. And now, the NWA is back for the attack live on pay-per-view, and I want to thank each and every one of you for inviting us into your homes wherever you are around the world. Here I stand, dressed to the nines, ready to deliver and put on a show. In the back, there are some of the finest men and women in this
Lamb, they're in a
today,
different part of the
getting
studio.
ready to deliver. And every single person in this room, be it crew members, referees, timekeepers, even announcers, are here to deliver for you.
NWA Gold. It's funny because when you look at Aldis, it feels like he wants to be a heel, but these promos are so babyface. You're right,
For Joseph,
and I wouldn't expect him to change it up.
put down those VHS tapes and pay attention for a couple hours because we got a hell of a show for you, my friend. And if that means that the Pope and Tom Latimer are going to come out here and try to steal the show for the World Television Championship, so be it. If it means that Trevor Murdoch and Chris Adonis are going to try to steal the show for the National Championship, so be it. If it means that Thunder Rosa and Camille are going to try and steal this show, vying to see who gets a shot at the World Women's Championship, so be it. And if it means that Aaron Stevens digs deep down inside and pulls the sword out of the stone and becomes the world's heavyweight wrestling champion, so be it.
You're not ready for that, Nick. You're not ready to lose that belt.
You're going to have to bring the best version of Aaron Stevens you ever brought in your life, because you're looking at the greatest world's champion of the modern era.
Terry.
Don't at me.
I like it. Terry, that's good.
Real world's champion. You got it, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great promo.
Tonight, after this is all said and done, you will know why they call me the National Treasure. You'll know why they call me the real world's champion. And every single one of you watching at home and every single one of you in this room will look and say, this is the NWA.
Look, I've always said Aldis is a great promo. I've never taken for granted that he's awesome on the mic. It just, I'm ready to see something different. And I'd actually kind of hope that he loses tonight, because then it will force a character change. And I would love to see him become the baby face of the NWA. Tim Storm's sitting there at the announce desk. The NWA would benefit from having a baby face if you could push a heel Aaron Stevens. Oh, Slice Boogie. I wish he gotten better tights for the show. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Aldis is a hell of a promo, dude. I've never argued that. He'll get you goosebumps for sure. There he is. I know this is Terry McDermott's favorite guy right here.
Another young competitor making his name not only in the National Wrestling Alliance but also in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Jordan Clearwater, his calendar's full up. This guy's wrestling all over the place. I'm happy to have him here.
Hey, you say somebody's calendar is full up when you got an opportunity.
And they just said it. Joe Galley just said it. He's working New Japan Strong. He's working Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. He still is the EWF America's Champion. I know that doesn't mean a whole lot to you guys around the world, but that title is very significant out in Southern California. It is a work rate belt. And, he as he says, left foot hospital, right foot mortuary. We'll see what happens tonight. But both of these guys are going to be dwarfed by Crimson. And Dane dwarfs Crimson, so it'll be interesting. There he is. That's my guy right there, Jax Dane.
284.5 pounds, Jax
284.5. Like, this is the guy that maybe should have been fighting Tyrus tonight. God, he's huge, man. And so far, they haven't acknowledged on commentary that these two men are tag team partners. Chris, I don't think you'll see the audience, but I bet you'd see Dr. Robert Stinson there. It's probably common knowledge. Okay, now they acknowledge their tag team. Okay. It would be awesome if they just worked as a tag team match, which it kind of looks like. Okay, Chris, that's good. I knew that they were there. No one told me, but all of a sudden they started talking about COVID testing before the show. And I know when I went to the first episode of Primetime Live, I had to get COVID tested to get there, so it doesn't surprise me.
Here we go. Let's see where this is going, because this could be magic right here. This could be deadly. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, interesting. Oh, all right. So the tag team are going at it. And they're booing Dane in the audience? What the hell's wrong with them? You don't normally see Jack Stane throw a cross-body ride, so that was interesting.
That's two big bodies colliding, but I'll see this. Boogie saw the opportunity, and he's trying to take advantage of that. We got a leg sweep. Crimson right back on top. Crimson did some good scouting there. Slice Boogie was
Look at Boogie, man. Happy for that guy. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It was a short ride. That was sloppy. Jordan, that was sloppy, bro. You're better than that. Notice how he went after Boogie and left Dane alone. That's smart. Yeah, I mean, Slice Boogie and Jordan Clearwater kind of, they're not this stereotypical SoCal wrestler. They have a lot more size. As of late, Slice Boogie's been teaming with the Bodega, and it's kind of like he and Danny Limelight and Papo Esco. Oh, that was beautiful. And Papo Esco have been kind of like a triumvirate, and I'm sure that at some point they'll use that Freebird rule to defend those tag titles. Yeah, Lamb, I don't think you're going to be able to see Clearwater work his normal style because this match doesn't lend itself to a one-on-one style. It's more of a... It's kind of chaos, and I'm sure the other two guys kind of told them how the match is going to go. That Boston Crab, that's lethal. When you got a guy like Jack Stane on top.
And Joe, there's nobody to reach for here. His only hope is the rope. He's not reaching for a partner. He's not reaching for anything except some kind of relief. And he's getting it right there from Jordan.
Clearwater pops Dane, and Dane just laughs at him. That was a mistake. Yeah, DK, you're right. These guys, nobody in the ring is small, but Dane is huge, and Crimson's a pretty big guy as well. Sorry, I laughed because Clearwater's talking mess to a Dane, and then Crimson just comes in and suplexes him. That's awesome. Yeah, Chris, I agree. This has been interesting. It's been fun. I still don't love the match concept, but it's been interesting. Uh-oh. Crimson got that Death Valley driver. Yep. And now we're going to go for everyone's finish.
But here's the thing, you just saw Jax Dane reach in, kick his quote-unquote partner in the head to break the pin. We see right now that when it comes down to it, it really is every man for himself.
Tim Storm just pointed out that it's every man for himself. He kicked his own partner in the head to break up the count. That's true. They're going to double team Slice Boogie, I think. Some tag team continuity. They just eliminated Slice Boogie from life. I'm waiting for them. Who's going to turn on who first?
These guys could be in trouble.
It's a smart strategy. You isolate the two other men, and it's just a one-on-one competition.
But Joe, it's still going to come down to only one man can win, so they can work together all they want. They can be a team. One man's going to win this.
Uh-oh. 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 Clearwater. Left foot, hospital, right foot, mortuary. Oh, there it is, the Midas touch. Oh, no, no, no. Boogie with the missile drop kick. Oh, no. No way. No way. That's it. That's it. Oh, my God. Slice Boogie. What an upset. Chris, you did call it, man. Yeah, Lamb, I think that was a rush. That wasn't clean, but wow. What a victory for Slice Boogie. I didn't see that coming. Chris did. Chris saw it, but man. Man. Wow. His stock just went up, guys. You can't book him for your shows now. Yeah, I agree. NWA Gold, it was very sloppy, but it's still like, hey, man. It's hard for me to believe that Dane and Crimson didn't walk out as winners. Wow. Terry, yeah, man, we both got I got surprised. I think Chris Johnson knew it was going to happen. Who else is going to win the next match, Chris? Wow. Wow. That's awesome, man. Chris, I'm going to put it out there. I see a ton of potential in the guy. He needs to embrace his punchable face and be a heel. I think he will, man. He is a heel. Like, don't get it twisted. We like the Bodega, but the Bodega are heels.
Hi, everyone. This is May Valentine, and I'm thrilled to be back with the NWA. Now as your reporter, this is our first pay-per-view back, and we are back for the attack, baby, with a stacked card full of stars and big titles on the line. As my first guest, I'd love to have my best friend forever, Sal Renaro. I'm so glad to see you. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. I'm doing really, really big things in my brain. I'm so excited about tonight's card. I can't believe it. Chris Adonis, Trevor Murdoch. Oh, man, that's going to be good. Kratos versus Tyrus. Two big giant bulls just beating each other up. That's going to be awesome. Nick Aldis defending the 10 pounds of gold. The NWA World's Heavyweight Championship against Aaron Stevens. That is going to be a barn burner. And hot take Renaro, I got it for you right here. I think the Pope's going to lose the television title to Tom Latimer. I mean, I saw him today. Daddy's looking jacked. Never as good as you, though.
Did he just call Tom Latimer daddy?
Action in a very special show dedicated to a very special friend of the NWA. Back to you, Joe and Tim.
Thanks, May. We appreciate that. Great to see you guys back. Great to see Saul back. Hey, first match is going to be hard to beat. We got something special
Yeah,
coming.
it's so good to see Sal Renaro in such high spirits. The arm, it's all fixed up. It looks like he's ready for action as well. And we'll be sure to
We never got closure. I guess May dumped Roy Isaacs when he left the NWA. I guess.
So make sure that if you haven't subscribed, you do so right now. But like I mentioned before, we got a battle of the behemoths coming up right now.
Hey, I'll tell you what, it's not often that you see two men this size go in there, and they match up skill well, they match up size well. They're going to go in there, and there's no other way to say it. These guys are going to fight.
Okay, let's head it over to Kyle Davis for the introductions.
The following match has a 30-minute time limit with one fall.
I mean, Tyrus, the last time he was on TV, he was wrestling in Impact, and that was in 2018. He teamed up with Robert Strauss to take on David Arquette and RJ City at House of Hardcore in 2018. We saw him defeat Ace Mayhem last year in Florida at the beginning of the year for FEW. Of course, the last time we saw Kratos, he won the NWA Tag Team Champions with Aaron Stevens.
I can tell you that I've been in the ring against Kratos.
And Tim Storm did go against Kratos in a presentation match, a discovery match, I guess, for Tim Storm. Was a non-title back when he first started Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. But Kratos has been wrestling for, New Japan USA. He's been wrestling for Game Changer Wrestling. He's been doing the blood sport. I mean, Kratos has been everywhere. And, this will be a good match. Well, maybe. That dude is so big. Chris, you're right. I don't want this guy to win. I don't even want him in the NWA. Chris, you and me both, brother. We all should riot if Tyrus wins. Willie says Tyrus is a bum. Are we going to see the crowd? Are they going to show the crowd? Are we gonna show... No, they're not going to show the crowd. But I'm glad they are not trying to force him as a face and try to push him down our throats as a face. I mean, it wasn't going to work. He does look rough, Jason. He looks... he's 48 years old, guys. He isn't a young guy. I mean, he's pushing 50. And not everyone has the fountain of youth like Tim Storm. You normally never see Kratos look small in the ring, but man, against a guy who's 6'7", 275 pounds, it's weird. Chris Johnson says he looks like a fluffy egg. I'm pretty sure I hear Gary Horn cheering for Kratos. Yeah, this match is If any of you need to take a potty break, go right ahead.
And again, Kratos is 300
succeed. Perhaps you try again. Tyrus throwing the line, and Kratos flying in with a shoulder tackle. But look at that, Tyrus not taking off his feet, able to use the ropes to stay up.
Kratos, I mean, Tyrus looks bad, man. I'm not. He doesn't look good in the ring. He looked like he got stuck right there. He looked like he wasn't able to get back onto his feet.
Kratos going down low. Look at that. Going from the north to the south. So Tyrus isn't going to know where that next attack's going to come from.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to slam him. He's 375 pounds, man. I mean, that's not body slamming Andre the Giant, but for all intents and purposes, it might as well be. Yeah, NWA Gold. I wasn't,
Shoulder first into the top turnbuckle.
This is like two of Billy Corgan's guys right here. He wanted Tyrus in that. He wanted Tyrus. He wanted Kratos, and I don't know, man. This is just it's not doing it for me. Maybe this should have been a dark match. Jim Storm just said it's early in the match, and that scares me.
I think Kratos, he has to start thinking about long term. He's got to think about long term injury. He's got to think about if it's going to affect his career.
You know, Kratos, I mean, he's been wrestling these great matches with Bloodsport, right? I mean, yeah, he took a loss to Chris Dickinson, but he was able to knock out Alex Coughlin. And again, you know, doing double duty for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, working in New Japan Strong. He's part of that filthy family with Chris Dickinson in New Japan Strong. He's partnered up with Danny Limelight and Chris Dickinson. They recently fought against Brody King and the Regal Twins. Back in January, he lost to Brody King, and his last match was a part of the NWA Japan Cup qualifying match where he lost to Fred Rosser. But the last time we saw him on pay-per-view was with the United Wrestling Network. Yeah, Storm is doing great, man. I think look, I'd rather see Tim Storm in the ring. He still can go. And it's kind of funny, we're comparing ages here. Tim Storm's well over 50. Tyrus is pushing 50. And I'd rather watch Tim Storm wrestle JR Kratos, to be quite honest. D-Cam says, who do I think the crowd is? I know it's some of the guys from This Is Pro Wrestling. Stinson, Hey, it's Will, and Gary Horn are there. Who else is there? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot more than 3 people there. Yeah, I mean, Kratos can only do so much. I mean, he's got a sell for this guy, but this guy is just not good. I mean, I feel like Tyrus isn't even in ring shape, you know? Lamb, you're probably right. There might be some more folks, you know, other guys there. Yeah, Terry, go ahead, man. I'll let you know what you miss. He tried for the Vader bomb, missed it. Hopefully this gets a win for Kratos right here. I want to see Kratos win. This match is awful. Yeah. I'm glad. See, I thought it might just be me. I thought I might just have some bias against Tyrus. This has been pretty awful. TK says it lived up to his expectations. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. You can't wrestle forever unless you're Tim Storm. The fact that he hasn't been able to knock him down again makes me think that it might end up Tyrus with the victory. Oh, but then he just got him down, so who knows what Jay knows. Too much behind the Fox News desk. Yeah, man, this has been rough.
Trying to fight his way into the cover, and he gets it. Shoulders are down. Tyrus able to kick out.
That was the sloppiest pin cover, and that was the sloppiest kick out I've ever seen. Tyrus is literally just going through the motions here.
That's not going to get this job done. That's not going to beat a man like Tyrus, no matter how tough Kratos is.
Lost a lot of leverage in the cover, but look at that. He's trying to get some life back in that. He's trying to feed off the energy of the fans here at the NWA.
Kratos, Kratos, Kratos.
Tyrus right back on that arm.
Shoulder first into the middle.
Oh man, this is ugly. Tyrus is what is he even doing? Like he defies the laws of gravity. He even falls slow. This is awful. Oh man, seriously? No, Kratos didn't win. Yeah, Chris, that was brutal.
What we just saw, Tyrus showed the veteran that he is. He found a body part. He worked on that body part. He wore it down. He found that injury, and he made it count.
That's right. Tyrus made it very clear that there's no better place to continue his career than here with the National Wrestling Alliance. And what's going to happen? I'm here right here. We've got Mae Valentine. She's backstage with Trevor Murdoch.
Kratos is over now.
Standing by with Trevor Murdoch, the NWA
There it is.
World's National
Cleanse your
Champion.
palate with Trevor Murdoch.
We just saw win that title from Aaron Stevens, and Trevor now Chris Adonis, who has just come into the NWA, is trying to take that title away from you.
Of course he is. When you have a target on your back, when you're the national champion, when you have something that everybody wants, of course they're coming after me. Chris Adonis wants to make his mark in this company. He wants to be an NWA champion. Well, Chris Adonis, I'm going to let you know right now, I'm not the easy target you might think. I'm not the man that you met before. I am the national champion. And if you want my title, you better lace them up tight, brother, because I'm going to do whatever I got to do to keep my championship. And when you step into the ring with me, you will question whether or not you should have ever done that.
Well, you heard it. It's back to the boys in the studio now.
Back to the boys in the studio.
No, Joe, we see Trevor's intensity. We know he's the real deal. There's been a change in what's going on.
I am caught that too. Yeah, Chris. Man, can you blame me? That was an awful match. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good, guys. Woo! I'm gonna tell you right now, this is my candidate for match of the night. I don't like the 6 minute and 5 second time limit, but Tom Latimer can go. Yeah, Chris, you're right. That's what we've got so far. Not a whole lot of anything. A good match, good promo, and then that was awful, embarrassing almost. Yeah, Terry, this one will wake you up. This is gonna be good. Oh, they extended time limit to 10:05. Okay. I think this one's gonna be good, and they just said that they extended the time limit to 10:05. Hey, he's got a different belt. Lamb says he's got a new replica belt. Yeah, man. Hey, don't talk smack about that red title. I like that red title. Tim Storm is really putting over the Pope, man. That's awesome. Lamb, I love the garbage red title you're speaking of. But that belt looks a lot better. You're right. It'd look better with a red strap, though. Lamb. Certain wrestler owns that title, Lamb. NWA Gold. Oh, man. Yeah, Chris, I mean, this is a good match because, like, look, I really think that storyline-wise, it makes a lot of sense for Latimer to be your TV champion because he can be a gatekeeper. He can prevent people from challenging all this. But as Pope is champion, he can get on a winning streak. He's got to win 7 in a row to get a shot at Aldis. Or is it 6 in a row? I'm not sure what the statistic is. But yeah, this should be fun. Already this match is better than the last one. Latimer looks big. Latimer looks bigger than the last time we saw him. You know, the Pope ought to make that belt with a yellow strap. You know what I mean? The TV title with a yellow strap should be like a warrior. Yeah, that's true, Chris. That's true. If Latimer did win 7, it would create an awkward tension. But again, that might become a compelling storyline. It would make sense, right, Gary Horn? It would make sense to have a compelling storyline. Okay, well, now he's got a shot at you, Aldis. What are you going to do? Lamb, come on, a yellow strap would be awesome on the TV title. Yeah, that's I mean, I guess it makes sense that Camille was never the valet of Tom Latimer. She was the insurance policy of Nick Aldis, so I guess that's why she's not here in the ring, but that doesn't mean she won't play a part in it. Man, this match is so much better than the last one. Oh! The Pope is so much fun, man. That crossbody ride, oh, and that clothesline was brutal. Love it, man. See, this is the kind of match that I want to see in the NWA. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, Chris, absolutely. Absolutely. These two guys are great. Uh-oh. The camera's dead. Alright, guys. Bear with me. I'm going to switch batteries real quick. I'm here, but I knew the camera was going to die. Alright, guys. Thank you for being patient there. Tyrus is a blob. Yeah, man. Seven minutes in this match already, and it's a hell of a lot better than the last one. Yeah, DKM, you're right. This is pro wrestling. This is what they should have been selling us, not freaking Tyrus, man. Yeah, Chris, you're right. There's Flackett and Johnson, so I'll just start Flackett and Johnson. Yeah, I mean, the sense of urgency, you have to do something, and that's the thing, man. You know, we're just about regular TV time limit right now, and we still don't have a decisive anybody really in control of the match. I mean, I guess Latimer's taking control, but it's still anyone's game. I could go Carnivore. Yeah, Carnivore, I agree. I think extending that match out, I think, is a smart move because, again, it's a pay-per-view. It shouldn't just be, you know, real quick, real short. Yeah. I mean, Latimer's a bad dude. You say that, Terry, but Billy's the one that wanted Tyrus, so we'll see. Yeah, man, this is a good one. I like this match. This is fun. I don't like that Latimer keeps doing moves off the turnbuckle. I mean, he's not really a high flyer. This is kind of out of his wheelhouse. Oh, yeah. Oh, censored myself there. Holy crap. He was supposed to hit a little bit closer to the turnbuckle, I think. The crazy thing is the Pope is so good, and the fact that he hasn't been in a regular spot on TV in years just makes me scratch my head. Now Latimer's up. He's a former Golden Gloves, but he's throwing forearm shots. Those are all legal. Latimer will not stay down. Flying forearm, man. That's... yeah. Pope is signaling the forearm shot again. Now he's doing the bionic elbow. An ode to Dusty. There it is. Put him down. We got 4 minutes left in the match.
And you've seen the tide has turned here. The momentum has switched.
Oh, inverted. Oh, man, that DDT. Yeah, see, this match is what we want in the NWA. That was a clean kick out for the challenger right there. Latimer, man. This is good, man. This is what we wanted, guys. Oh. Those elbows, man, those are stiff. Oh, STO, see you later. And only a 1 count? Wow. Yeah, I mean, Latimer actually did have a match recently. I have it in my notes here. Latimer was wrestled at Hardcore Heaven for Game Changer Wrestling back in October, but nothing since. And yeah, this is a good one, man. This is fun. I don't know why he's going to the top, though. I mean, again, ring psychology, this doesn't make sense. He's not a high flyer. He never goes up there. This is just made so that the Pope can do this, which looks absolutely incredible, by the way. Carnivore says if they go the time limit and Latimer wins at the next pay-per-view, it'd be interesting. Yeah, I mean, this could be the beginning of a good storyline for the NWA. This could be fun. Like, this is something that they should keep going with. D-Cam agrees. He likes this. Oh, a big boot. Yeah, Lamb, I think that was a smart business decision to set up the paper. How many times is he going to go to the top? What's he going to do? Holy damn. That was a nice elbow drop. Shades of Macho Man. Ooh, yeah. Uh-oh. The Elijah Express. Here it comes, guys. The bee's knees. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. We got a minute left. Oh, no. This powerbomb, that could be it. Oh, no. Latimer with a hell of a powerbomb. No, no, no. Latimer, get on him. Come on, man. Oh, my God. That was too close. That was too close. I'm rooting for the Pope, but I'm rooting for a good match, and Latimer just almost had that win right there. We got 40 seconds left. The champ doesn't have to beat you, he just doesn't have to lose. There's 30 seconds left. Both men are spent. Wow, what a match. What a match, guys. Yeah, Lamb, I think this would be a good idea for the NWA going forward to do these pay-per-views early on Sundays. Because, I mean, if you love wrestling, this just gives you more entertainment for the day. It's a pre-party for the WWE event. That's it. No contest. That's great. I love it. That's great booking. Neither man looks weak. Latimer still looks amazing. The Pope is still champion. Neither one of them lost any steam. They both look like worthy competitors. This match needs to happen again. Maybe this is the match that needs to kick off NWA Power right here. 5 more minutes. Yeah, that was a great match. I love that finish. Latimer flips him off. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that was a good match. Good storytelling. This is what I'm talking about. NWA needs to put more matches like this. And it would look better with a yellow strap, Lamb.
And for everybody in the NWA family.
First thing, I'm going to address one person because I feel the need to. Soren, if you're out there, if you're watching this, and I pray that you are, or that someday you will see this, you know how much that your father and I spoke, and there was not one time that he didn't mention your name. I want you to know how proud he was of you, that you were his entire world, and that he is with you. That you will become will be the best present that you give to him. Secondly, tonight, it's Nick Aldis and I for the NWA World Heavyweight title. I've read all the tweets.
That was a great book.
People think I'm the underdog. People think that because I have been entertaining, that I don't belong in there with the champ. See, these same people that have no idea about my career, that at 16 years old, I was trained by Killer Kowalski. At 16 years old, I was fighting grown men in their 30s, and I didn't quit. When I was given crap, I didn't quit, and I made gold out of it. And tonight, I'm going to make gold. See, all of these people that are the naysayers, I have spilt more blood than they have tweeted about how I'm the underdog and how I don't belong in there with Aldis. And for the first time in my career, I'm going to do my talking in the ring. I have nothing else to say. Tonight, I'm going to speak. Tonight, I'm going to speak for myself. Tonight, I'm going to speak for myself with my actions.
History not only for himself, but for his
That was a
friend,
beautiful promo.
Joseph Hudson, who we all have
That was
in our
great.
hearts. But we must go on with our women's division action, a #1 contendership match with Thunder Rosa taking on Camille. And look at this, we've got a very special guest with us. Taryn Terrell has joined us. Welcome. What brings you to the commentary booth?
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. Mostly want to know what Camille and Thunder Rosa are up to. You know, I've done a lot of different things in my wrestling career, but one thing I've never had is the NWA World Women's Championship. So I think it's about time to see what it's about.
Terrell doing a little bit of scouting right here as we're going to get right to it. Kyle Davis, take it away.
Yeah.
The following match is to determine the #1 contender for the NWA World's Women's Championship. Coming out first.
Yeah, Taryn Terrell. Okay.
From Durham, North Carolina.
This wasn't the match I was expecting next, but I guess you want to... It looks like we'll have 2 title matches back to back.
Tim Storm, absolute powerhouse.
I mean, Camille is a freaking superstar.
Graveyards of Tijuana, Mexico, the one, the only, Thunder
She looks great.
Rosa.
You can never call Thunder Rosa an underdog, but you have to keep in mind. Just
There's
a few
the,
days ago, she was in an absolute barn burner of a no disqualification hardcore matchup. Tim, you've been in those
A franchise of the NWA, as far as I'm concerned, Thunder Rosa.
There is no quick recovery, and in some cases, it not only is months and months and years. Sometimes it takes time off your career to recover from those, and she absolutely tore it up.
The cameraman. Oh, there's the all 12 people. Is that Gary Horn right there?
This matchup is something that I think a lot of people look forward to for a really long time. We've said 2 or 3 times, Camille is a powerhouse. Thunder Rosa is MMA, shoot fighting, a technician, and she's tough. So you're going to put those two in there together. And
Now, this is Camille's only 6th NWA, or 5th NWA match?
It's going to be something that a clash of styles. And
Yeah, I mean, we're here at the Alliance blog, we're huge Thunder Rosa fans, but we also respect Camille. This is going to be great, man.
And that means being the NWA World Women's Championship champion, currently held by Serena Deeb, who is rehabbing an injury right now. So a victory here is going to put you right down the road going toe-to-toe.
You're not going to intimidate Camille, but you're not going to intimidate Thunder Rosa either.
You know, her and I go way back in the beginning of my wrestling career, and she actually broke my arm. I don't know if you know that. Yep, broke my arm. Yeah, broke it clean in half. So, you know, she's an incredible wrestler, and I am excited to see one of these girls go head-to-head with her. I would, however, like to get back in the ring with Serena.
that's the way it should be. That should be all of our goals to get an opportunity to get in there for the world.
Look at Camille.
I liked it better when Camille didn't talk.
Tall, so strong.
Kikuchi, thanks for joining us, man. Yeah, Thunder Rosa is money.
Thunder Rosa, she's able to fight from the ground.
I don't think none of us are surprised at the strength of Camille, but I want to make a statement just on her explosiveness across the ring when this match started. I'm impressed with her speed.
Yeah, Camille, she is just... It's hard, man, because, like, you know that Thunder Rosa is the best damn wrestler on earth right now, but Camille's like a super soldier, man. She's like Captain America.
Obviously, Camille.
You guys have something?
And that didn't look good.
With Joe and Camille.
You know, let me just say this. I'm just glad Mae Valentine is the one that's getting the interviews nowadays. As look at Thunder Rosa was able to take advantage of that slight distraction there.
Yeah, NWA Gold. I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with her talking, but she just seemed more
NWA World Women's Champion.
icy when she didn't speak. It was more cold-blooded.
The thing was, I don't know, I find a little irony here, Joe.
Exactly. It was better when she was a fembot.
Now she's coming and addressing you directly.
Yeah.
Everything for Camille?
No, of course not. I was just trying to do my job as a journalist. I was trying to.
I like how Taryn just called him out, called Gally out. You have a thing for her?
At her time, and you know, as a journalist, you need to be able to speak truth to power, and there was nothing more powerful than strictly business, the faction that she's aligned with. I was just doing my job. But speaking of
Oh, there it is. See? And that's why Thunder Rosa is so deadly. She's sitting there wasting time jaw-jocking.
she could break the arm.
Kikuchi, is this a live pay-per-view? Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be. Matt, no. Sienna and Marty are no longer under contract. Now, that doesn't mean that it won't be back, but as of right now, we don't expect them on the show.
Transition from the arm breaker into the triangle.
The referee should be counting right there. Okay, there it is. She got her shoulders off the mat. She's going to have to tap. Camille's she's not anywhere near the ropes. I mean, oh, here it is. Here it is. Power bomb. Yeah, there's the power. Yeah, you're right, Lamb. That's exactly how you behave as a heel. You're supposed to shit talk. This is a lot more competitive than I thought it might be. Willie wants Allison Kay back. I do too, man. I really liked Allison Kay in her role, and I thought she could have done a lot more for the NWA. Holy damn. Damn, bro. Wow. Camille hit hard, man. She hit hard. That looked great. Again, now she's gonna have to tap out to that arm lock. Rosa's gonna lock it up. It's gonna be done. Yeah, DKM, she is very stompy, but she's a universal soldier. I mean, Jesus.
There is a lot of room to work out there, and she's using all of it to her advantage. And I'm going to say at this point, that's one way to take down a bigger opponent.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that just echoed through the
Is the referee going to call this match? I mean, at some point, they broke the count. I get it, but
the thing is, somebody with
NWA Gold, you're right, man. I think she'd have a good match with me. I mean, that came out wrong. I didn't mean it like that. Oh, backbreaker. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You're dealing with the Universal Soldier here. Camille is just too freaking powerful. Yeah, the referee... You know, David Marquez recently made a post about good referees. This is not one of them. He stopped counting altogether. He's not even trying to get them in the ring. He's just letting them fight. This isn't good booking. This isn't good storytelling. He should be counting. They should be breaking the count. I mean, I'm all for them fighting outside the ring, but there's no consistency here. Yeah, this is dumb. Somebody needs to fire this guy. He's not even instructing them to get in the ring. Oh, shit. Now, see, this is okay, but, I mean, what is...
It's all about looking around, seeing what
Dumb ref.
is there to offer. She knows she has a size disadvantage, but she also knows that she can get her out there and break her down.
See, this is where a good referee would make the storytelling better. The dumb referee is distracting us from the match. A good referee would be enhancing it by counting the 5, counting to 20, having the wrestlers have to come and break the hold. This sucks. The referee takes it out of the match. Yeah, and that's the thing, Chris. Why is he counting on the bow and arrow and not counting them out? They're in violation of the rules. And I'm not being a stickler for the rules. I just where's the consistency? Again, you're the referee. You're supposed to uphold the rules. You're only going to uphold the counting on the outside because of the bow and arrow. It doesn't make sense. And all that being said, now Rosa's just kicking the tar out of Camille. And that's what we should be focusing on here. But a bad referee takes you out of the match. Yeah, Carnivore. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. We want a match to kind of have those rules. We want it to be consistent, and this just hasn't been it. Nick Bonanno would be pissed off if that was his referee. Yeah, this guy is not good. You know, he should be checking on Thunder Rosa. Are you still ready to go? Are you still in it? Are you still wanting to be a part of the match? Do you give up? Do you want to keep wrestling? He's just standing there like an idiot. You're right, Lamb. This guy's taking me out of the match. I'm not enjoying it. Now Rosa's going for, looks like a Boston Crab. She's got it. Oh, down in the half crab, sinks it in. Turning it into the STF. Yep. Wow. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Carnivore. I want to be in the match. Now, why isn't the referee asking Camille if she wants to quit? Oh, she's going for a curb stomp. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, it's just a surfboard. I thought she was going to stomp her. Yeah. Oh, that wasn't the curb stomp. But the facials that Thunder Rosa gives, it's so just good, man. She's so good. Oh shit. Yeah, you're right, Carnivore. And this match is a lot better than I thought it would be. Camille's looking really, really good. Obviously, she's been spending some time training during the pandemic. She's looking great. You know, I don't expect her to be able to be on equal footing with Thunder Rosa, but she's certainly holding her own. And she's playing the heel role perfectly.
Camille started talking earlier
Yeah, she does. And she's working that heel work really, really well.
Well, I kind of like what Camille's doing here. She's adjusted her strategy. She slowed the match down, and now this is more her style of a match.
You're right, Chris. Absolutely. But, like, Thunder Rosa, I mean, she's a shoot fighter, man. This isn't like... She's as comfortable in a cage as she is in a ring, so it's, I don't know if she's having trouble trying to clothesline her over the top rope or if she's just gassed or what. Yeah, DKM, I really believe Camille looks a lot better. That was a killer elbow right there. See, and I wouldn't pin anybody like this, especially someone as capable as Rosa, but...
I don't think at this level of competition for a #1 contendership, I don't think you can make that kind of cover.
Those clubbing, man, that's just rough. Those clubbing blows on Rosa, like that's where Camille is good, is in those power moves. I mean, she's freaking the Terminator.
One of the greatest hardcore matches of the past 10 years, just a few days ago, to come out here to Atlanta live on pay-per-view for a shot to be a #1 contender.
NWA Gold, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And the thing about it is Thunder Rosa was literally wrestling last night, Mission Pro. Oh, and here's another bow and arrow, man. She's really putting the boots to Camille. She's going to get a tap out here.
Not just to get somebody the size of Camille, but to keep your own shoulders off the mat. That's impressive.
Yeah. I mean, you could definitely see that the toll of the matches, you know, you get these flashes with Thunder Rosa where she's just intense and she's firing on all cylinders, and then that burst of adrenaline just dissipates. It goes away. And then Rosa is on the, you know, on the defense, and then you get Camille kicking her in the back like that. And the facials, Thunder Rosa's so good at the facials. Yeah, Lamb, you're no joke, man. Someone tweeted. I can't tweet. I got too many devices on right now. This referee is awful.
That just shows she's such a crafty veteran.
You can't lose your focus on Thunder Rosa.
That's gonna be it, I think.
She's paying right now. Thunder Rosa coming off the top rope.
Those knees. They're the bee's knees, guys. Rosa. There it is again. Oh shit. That's brutal, man. You're not gonna beat Camille with a sloppy pin cover.
What is it going to take? I need to know. I mean, you know, strategizing over here.
What is she going for? Was she locking in there? Camille's got it into a pin. See, like, and the only complaint I have about Thunder Rosa in this match is she's working everything. She's working the shoulder, she's working the back. She should be focusing on one area and exploiting that weakness. She did so much for the back. Why not go back to that half crab or go back to a backbreaker? Because Camille had to power out of the move like that, apparently. Yeah, DKM, you're right. It's going to take time, though. I mean, again, this is only her 5th match in the NWA, or for the NWA. Rosa on the top rope, so that's going to spell something. Oh, that double drop kick, missile drop kick, excuse me. That should be it. That should end this. Wow. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to pin Camille that way. You're going to have to get her. You're going to have to get her in a. At least you're going to have to throw the half and lock it in.
They're showing determination and guts, but both of these people are not giving up, and they're just going to keep fighting.
Thunder Rosa, we've seen this from her in the past before.
Rosa's going to the top rope.
And she's aiming it right at the back of Camille.
Yeah, DK, you're right. I mean, she looks great. Like, again, this. Oh no, spear. That's it. Not if she doesn't cover. super sassy.
I'm stunned. I don't know what's happening.
Is Camille gonna go for another one?
I think Camille's figuring that's not enough. She knows how tough Thunder Rosa is.
This is a mistake. Oh. Maybe not. Whoa.
The winner of this match,
Whoa.
number one contenders to the NWA
Whoa.
Championship, Camille.
Terrence, I'm going to ask you this. If you were Serena Deeb, would you be thinking
Whoa.
now
I wasn't expecting that.
you got to go toe-to-toe with Camille?
I think I would probably hire a personal trainer and really get in the gym.
I wasn't expecting that. I thought for sure that I'm not surprised that Camille won, but I wasn't expecting that. I kind of thought there might have been some outside interference that would have caused Camille to get the victory there, because you know, Thunder Rosa has been so good in the ring. But again, you know, I don't think it really hurts her in the long run. She was just in a death match a few days ago, a lights out match, if you will. She was wrestling last night. Oh, geez, Austin Idol, huh?
I am standing by now with an NWA legend, Austin Idol.
No, it's not. It ain't a Hollywood out in Cali. It ain't Dollywood in Tennessee. It's Idlewood right here in Hotlanta on Fight TV. Darling, I bet you want to know why I'm here today, don't you? I'm going to tell you why. I'm here as a special guest. I got invited. Can you believe it? And guess who invited me? The challenger, Aaron Stevens, invited me to be here today.
Huh.
That's why I'm here. But I'm really stoked, really hyped, really pleased as punch, and it warms the cockles of my heart. See my boy, the champ, Nick Aldis. Fight TV, it's gonna be a fight. We're getting down tonight, y'all.
Yeah, I don't think that loss is going to hurt Thunder Rosa whatsoever. Again, she was just wrestling the main event of AEW, their Shamrock show, whatever they called it, in that lights out match against Britt Baker, and then of course wrestling just last night. I don't think her time is up, and certainly, but Camille could totally benefit from that victory, getting a match against Serena Deeb at the next pay-per-view, or even on AEW, could really elevate Camille. So we'll see. But yeah, that's surprising. And then Austin Idol. Now, Aaron Stevens used to wrestle as Idol Stevens back in his early days, so I don't know if he's paying homage to Austin Idol or what, but oh, there goes the camera again. So now we got Chris Adonis. Yeah, Chris, it looks like it's going to be, I mean, yeah, it looks like a 2-hour show. I don't know what else they have in store, and it's not like that match is going to go 60 minutes. Maybe it will. Matt, I have no idea what Ducks Unlimited are. Yeah, Chris, or Carnivore, yeah. The next match is the World Heavyweight title match, so. In NWA Gold, yeah, Adonis has an M on his tights because he's the masterpiece almost everywhere else. Now, Murdoch, this is only his second defense of the national title when he won it back in October of 2020 when he defeated Aaron Stevens. He was able to defend it at SW Fury last month. He defeated Jeremy Wyatt, and which was a really decent match. Jeremy Wyatt is known as a former NWA champion for Central States, as well as Metro Pro. He held the title for them too. So I think I think he would be a good. This should be good to see that title defended, but yeah, Lamb, it is using old gear, but hey, you know, it is what it is, right?
In every way, and I don't mean in the way they train and those kind of things, but their technique, their backgrounds, what they've done in the past, where they've come from.
Thanks, NWA Gold. I'm not a hunter. I don't necessarily have a problem with people who are. That's just not my cup of tea.
Country boy taking on the city slicker for the NWA national.
It's crazy to me to see Adonis here. I remember when he was big Chris Mordertsky for Ultimate Pro Wrestling, wrestling against the likes of Adam Pearce and KG Sakota, and really just kind of finding his way in the early WWE development. And yeah, I don't really love the whole putting oil on your body. I mean, I get it, makes the muscles look shiny and all that good stuff, but it doesn't make sense in this match. In DKM, I think it will be longer, but I still don't think it's going to be like what, an hour? That would still make this a pay-per-view, like a 2.5 hour pay-per-view. It could go 3 hours. I wouldn't be surprised. All of a sudden now my computer wants to... No, I don't want to watch this. You gotta love social technology, right? What is going on? I am too looking forward to this match. So far it's starting off a little slow. I'm getting flashbacks to Tyrus and JR Kratos. Hey, Dodie, welcome to the show, man. Yeah, you're right, Dodie. Conway did challenge for this, Adonis did challenge Conway for the NWA World Title back in those early shows. Carnivore, I think it's out there. Look, check out NWA Houston. Start Googling that first. I think DKM might have been at that show. Let me see something. Let me see something. I couldn't find it, sorry. But I'm also trying to record a podcast and watch a live wrestling show. I like how they keep plugging the weekly subscription. It's ironic that a weekly TV show used to be what they used to sell tickets to live events or to pay-per-views. Now we've got a pay-per-view that we paid for. We're getting commercials for the subscription. You might be right, Terry.
And I don't know if you people at home caught that, but Trevor Murdoch baited him into that. Trevor Murdoch said, really, that's how this is going to go? You show me, thinking he was going to bring back and show his strength. Went that drop toe hold, went right back to the headlock, and he's grinding it back in.
Tim, you've always been a powerhouse in your career as well. It's got to be frustrating when you go up against somebody who's such a good technician.
And yeah, I think give me a brawl, give me a fight.
Willie, I don't think that Billy Corgan owns any of the footage from prior to his involvement with the NWA. I think the videos that were shot with 10 Pounds of Gold were the initial start of the video library that he owns. I don't think he owns any of the Tharp library. I don't think that's what was on the table. The individual promotions that put on those shows own that library. So, for example, NWA Houston is the one that put on a lot of those events with New Japan Pro Wrestling and the NWA. And I don't even think NWA Houston owns that footage. I think the production company that worked for NWA Houston owns that footage. If DKM was on, I think he could tell you that for sure. Now, Murdoch is wrestling smart here. But this match is kind of, I don't know, guys. This is a little boring to me. It wasn't what I was anticipating.
Oh, got a 2 count out there. You gotta be real careful when you're in that
Those Murdoch tights look like Hayden Murdoch tights, and Adonis looks like he's wearing Chris Masters tights. I mean, this match honestly looks like it's an episode of Jacked. I'm still waiting to be impressed, and so far this match isn't really doing a whole lot for me. Carnivore, you're saying it's a solid hoss battle. To me, it's kind of a boring hoss battle. I know he goes to the top for that bulldog, and he missed that one. Now we should see. Now this match should really kick it up a notch. Now let's see something. Adonis dropping an elbow. Okay. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay. Now we're getting there. Now this is what I would call a hoss battle. I'm seeing some activity. They don't have to be fast. They just have to be active. And sitting there in the, side headlocks get boring to me.
He's now basically top mount, pounded his face, just kicked him in the mouth.
Okay, DK, enjoy your old school wrestling match. You know who had the really awful hair was Aldous when he let it grow out when he wrestled Trevor Murdoch. That was some terrible hair. And this is reminiscent of that, Carnivore. DKM, who owns the footage from NWA Houston when Adonis challenged Conway for the World's Heavyweight title? Is that like the Diet Productions? I think you might know. I love the way that Trevor sells, though. I mean, he looks like he's in pain. He looks like he's hurting.
Beautiful transition there from Adonis. He felt that Trevor Murdoch was about to escape, went right back to the attack, and now he's got that sleeper hold with that big old bicep right up against the ear.
I can't show it, PD. I don't want to break any copyright laws.
He knows that if he puts himself in that situation, he can wake up and not be champion anymore. He turned his head into the body to try to avoid that contact.
Adonis baited into a big back elbow there by Trevor Murdoch. Which comes back with a huge clothesline.
Doty says Chris Ronquillo or Diet Productions. I think Diet Productions owns it. I honestly do. I don't even think Tony Brooklyn, Chris Ronquillo has anything to do with wrestling at this point. But I believe if you search Diet Productions, you might be able to find the match online. Maybe they even have it available for sale. Here comes that Bulldog. Oh no, cross body. Okay. DKM, I'm enjoying the match a lot more now. There you go, Gold. I like it. What a weird ending. Okay, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I don't know, man. I came out of left field. Look, I love Murdoch. I didn't love this match. I think Chris Adonis has a lot to leave open. I think Chris Adonis has a lot to show down the road. I think he could be good in the NWA. I just don't really love this match. Murdoch is trying to do the right thing, shake his hand. Let's see if anything bad comes of that. Class act. Yeah, we knew that was going to happen. See, this is good. I like this. I like I like the rage afterwards. I like Adonis being a sore loser.
Here comes Robert King and Jared Fritz, our officials, trying to break this up. Oh no, come on.
He's got him in the Master Lock challenge.
Full Nelson slam to Trevor Murdoch.
You just heard Chris Adonis say, what are you going to do about it? The truth is, there's nothing they can
Yeah, you're right, DK. See, this is, again, the storytelling. This is what I'm talking about. Stuff like this makes a lot of sense. Oh, now we see Adonis, Austin Idol coming out ringside. With Trevor can't even defend himself.
He is just grinding that in.
I think Adonis is trying to make a statement here. I mean, he did not want to be punked here on the pay-per-view live in front of an international audience. Here on Back for the Attack, and now Adonis proven that he is ready and willing to attack at any time.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's good, compelling storyline. Now we have something with Adonis. Oh, that looks like C.W. Anderson. No, that's Luke Hawk. Hey, Luke Hawk. Was that Luke Hawk? Can anyone confirm or deny that was Luke Hawk?
My heart's bleeding for Trevor Murdoch there. He's getting attended to by some of our security and medical staff right now, but we got to keep moving on in this broadcast here because we have a huge main event matchup. The NWA World's Heavyweight Championship is on the line, and we're going to have Aaron Stevens with a chance to cement his legacy.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying, Carnivore, is I agree with. That was something that we hadn't seen all night. Somebody, be a poor sport. Yeah, Latimer left the ring and kind of, did that to Pope, but it was no bad feelings. There was no sneak attack. That was good. And again, we talk about the storylines for the NWA. That's kind of how they're gonna have to book it to make it interesting. I'm not a huge fan of Austin Idol. That's for the fans, Lamb, so that the fans could hear Austin Idol speak. Fine, DK, take off then. I'm calling it right now. Idol's going to interfere, and he's going to help Stevens win the match. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to win the title, but he's going to help Stevens win the match.
Gave him a lot of information about you, and he came away with the belt. I'm not a free agent. Don't ever use the word free around Austin Idol. Never. Never use the word free. Aaron Stevens contacted me.
Guys, I'll be right back.
Austin Idol, I know you
you so much for joining us here on our commentary table. That match
Idol
is
putting
going to
over
be
Stevens
first.
hard.
Let's take a moment to remember those we've lost here in the National Wrestling Alliance. Kyle Davis, please take it away.
Over the last year, millions of people have been affected by what's been going on globally. And the NWA family is no different. Many people have lost loved ones. We are no different. In the last few weeks alone, we've lost 3. Ron Reed, Jim Crockett Jr., and our own Josephus, Joseph Hudson. At this time, to honor the memory of those we've lost, please join us in 10 minutes.
And here comes the challenger, one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions, Aaron Stevens. A very different, a very stoic Aaron Stevens.
Kind of surprised that he's wearing the gi, but he said, you know, I mean, it's a good way to pay tribute to the question mark to Aaron Stevens.
He needed to contemplate about the options that he has in front of him going up against Nick Aldis, not only for the championship, but representing
You know,
his fallen friend.
it's been a while. You know, Josephus passed away a couple weeks ago, but I'm sure it still lingers with both the champion and the challenger, everyone there. Now we know how close Stevens was to Josephus, Joseph Hudson. So this, I mean, it is gonna be significant. It is gonna mean a lot, this match. And I think that was the question mark mask he just put down. And the camera, I think, is just zoomed in on it on the other end. Yeah, Aaron looks great, man. Looks in good shape. Yeah, the camera's zooming right in on the question mark mask right now.
He's got an edge. It gives him an edge. Nick Aldis has the home field advantage. I mean, it's like a football game. Offense, defense.
Here's the man who is at the top of the
Conspicuous by her absence is Camille, but that doesn't mean she won't be out here later.
You got to mention this. I mean, Nick Aldis a long history with Joseph Hudson as well.
I don't think people at home understand how important Joseph was, not just in the ring, but behind the scenes, created the history that he and Nick had.
Interesting to note, there's no Strictly Business jacket either, so.
We say that we're dedicating this show to Joseph Hudson, Coach's Mark, and this is real. And these guys are going to lay it out there because the truth is, you know, it's what Joseph wanted.
No doubt about it, Tim. And what a champion Nick Aldis is. I mean, he's a tremendous champion. It keeps him.
Matt, his last in-ring match, his last televised match, his last appearance defending the title was back in January when he wrestled Jason Strife out in Omaha, Nebraska. This guy's been hitting the gym hard, and you'll see, like, look, he looks jacked. He's good. He's ready.
The challenger, weighing in at 247 pounds from Malibu Lake, California, one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions. This is Aaron Stevens. And the champion, the reigning and defending. Today marks 882
only his 7th defense in over a year.
Your referee is Robert King.
For me, please. Gentlemen, this match is for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. The only way you can change hands is by pinfall and/or submission. I gave the rules in the back. We're not doing this only for the NWA, but we're doing this for the legacy and to honor Joseph Hudson. So let's get after it like men. Let's make it clean. Let's have a good match. Return to your corners.
I don't know if that was necessary. I feel like that might have been a little pandering.
Austin Idol, I have to say this for you, man. I mean, Aaron Stevens absolute laser focused the entire time since he hit the curtain.
He absolutely is, and I had a conversation with him, and I told him, I said, you have to block everything else out and focus on this match and nothing else but this match. And like I was saying to you, Tim, it's a game of chess, but with the physicality involved. And, one slip up by anybody, one mistake by anybody.
I imagine he meant Mickey while working in Impact Wrestling.
And I would say that, Nick is surprisingly a big man. There's not a lot of guys that can go in there and match up with them height, weight, strength, but you're actually seeing somebody in there that matches up pretty well on all of those things.
Yeah, I mean, he really does. And these guys are wrestlers. I mean, that's the thing about it. I mean, they're wrestlers. I look at the holds, I look at the hammer locks.
Idol just said, look at these guys, they're wrestlers. Well, of course they're wrestlers, man. Don't tell me things I already know. You're supposed to be the color on this. Give me some color. Tell me some stories.
Right into the cover, only a 1 count. But again, with another shoulder tackle, again, shoulders are down.
And he just said,
I like it when all this is cocky, but this isn't the guy you want to be cocky against.
he's trying to dig a little bit into Aaron Stevens. He's trying to get into his head a little bit.
Head games, man, they count, they matter. If you get them,
I like Stevens right now, man. He looks very laser focused. He's not pandering to the crowd. He's not pandering to the camera. His laser focused. If you watch him, his eyes are intent on Aldous when he's facing him, obviously.
We're sitting here, and I'm wondering what's going through his head right now.
well, he's wondering. I guarantee he's wondering. I mean, have you ever seen anything in any media whatsoever that said Austin Idol is no longer Nick Aldis' manager? Ever heard it? Seen it?
No, but along the same lines, I never saw anything that said you were going to show up in New Jersey. Thanks for that.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, Nick is still the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and
Love it. Love it. Love the intensity. Love it. Oh.
Aaron Stevens has his head in the game.
he sure does. He sure does.
Nick Aldis taking control, delivering a lot of punishment to Aaron Stevens in the corner. But now Stevens able to do the standing switch there, and now the shoulders into the midsection.
This is going to be a dogfight, guys.
Wow.
This is going to be a dogfight. 2 dogs, but there's only 1 yard.
Yes.
Stevens runs into a huge back elbow from the champion, but answers back with a huge clothesline of his own.
What I'm really digging is the intensity from Aaron Stevens. Look at that. He's laying in those knees, man. Like, this isn't the same guy we saw a couple weeks ago with the karate gi. I mean, he's intense, man.
To the midsection, gets a second one in.
I don't think I've seen Aldous get kind of beaten up like this before.
Hook that arm and leg. Got to hook that arm and leg. Got to cinch it up, man.
Aldous getting the hell out of Dodge.
Competition.
Stevens isn't having it. He's chasing him.
School in Greenville, South Carolina.
I could do without Idol on commentary.
And this is not just a competition. This is a competition for the most prestigious title in the history of our sport, the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion. And I know both of these men. I know every person in the locker room wants a shot at that. Right now, Aaron Stevens has a chance to be that guy. Nick Aldis, who said it over 400 days as champion, he said
Oh man, yeah, this is great. I mean, again, the maturation process of Aaron Stevens. He's not taking this lightly. The belly to back, man. This is great. This is fun. Yeah, Jason, I'm not a huge fan of Austin Idol. Yeah, Chris, right? This is the Stevens I want to see. Oh, nobody there. No pool in the water on that. No water in the pool on that one. I hope he didn't really hurt himself. He's grabbing his arm. It's good selling on the miss. Yeah, Comedy Stevens is fun, but this is what I would prefer. And if they have a spot on the roster for a guy like Stevens, I mean, this is the version I want to see.
For the folks watching on Virgin for the first time, thank you for joining us live here. And of course, the folks around the world watching live on Fight. Big money main event pay-per-view.
See, now, notice how, how the champ had to break the count. That's what the referee should have been doing in the women's match. All this is really focusing on now the lower back of Aaron Stevens. And that, that sets up the Kingland Cloverleaf. That's his finishing maneuver. So putting the brunt of the punishment on that lower back is, makes sense. It's smart booking, smart match structuring, I guess. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. This has been an absolute blast. Maybe we'll do this again at the next pay-per-view. And if you haven't done so already, if you've enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Helps us grow on the algorithm. He's really punishing the lower back of Aaron Stevens right now. That's great, man. Dropping that elbow right in the lower back. If Aldis wins and he wins with the Kingsland Cloverleaf, you're seeing it. The proof is right here. Why he's literally working the lower back. He slowed down Stevens. Stevens has been kind of ineffective since missing that moonsault. Oh, I spoke too soon. Headbutt after headbutt. He stuttered Aldis. I don't know if he's got him in a position to take advantage. Oh, it's a nice clothesline from Nick Aldis. Man, this is a good match. Lamb, I agree with you. I always felt like Austin Idol was trying to put himself over more than Aldis, or on the broadcast more than the match. I would not. I hope Idol has a bigger role that doesn't involve him being on the broadcasting team. Oh, super kick. I love the fact that this community is kind of all on the same page. We didn't like Tyrus. We thought he was bad. And we don't like Idol on commentary. Lamb, that super kick was a lot different than some of the independent super kicks you see. Stevens looks good, man. Oh, roaring elbow. Holy yes. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Look at the intensity from Stevens, man. Oh, he's raining down on Aldis. This is incredible. He did the roaring elbow. He tried to kick him on his way into the corner. A double clothesline now. That's going to give us a few seconds of stalling. Yeah, someone needs to take the microphone away from Stevens. To Lamb's point, he's still holding the other microphone as well. Yeah, Chris, you're right. This is a revelation. And I don't think I've ever seen Nick Aldis in this much peril. Think about the last 3 years. The only one that's ever done this to him was Cody Rhodes.
This is what we represent. This is what we do. Yes, and always have. It's wrestling. It's absolutely wrestling. Look at the past history of it. And it tells the entire story. A little boxing, never right. A couple lefts.
These Warriors digging down deep.
Went to the well one too many times. But no Kingland. Oh, wow. Whoa. Miz DDT. Oh my God. How close was that, guys? Holy crap. That short arm clothesline used to set up the DDT for Jake the Snake Roberts. That looks like what Stevens is going for. All this going back to the Kingland Cloverleaf. No, maybe the figure 4 leg lock. Oh, inside cradle. Aaron Stevens going for the figure 4. I don't like that. I don't like that because this sets up the Kingland Cloverleaf. If he reverses it, he's going to be in a bad position. No, it's not Lamb. Both of these guys are really winded, though, too. I mean, Stevens has been very intense in this match, and he hasn't wrestled since winning the tag titles. We haven't seen him, you know, he hasn't been in the ring. Yep, see, that's what I'm talking about. Now you're in peril. Terry, that was a good move on your part, muting Idol. Nice elbow. One of the things that I noticed... Whoa, Michinoku driver. You don't normally see that. Now, the thing about this match, and I think it should be noted, is that right now, Aldis doesn't have to beat Stevens. Stevens has to beat Aldis. But the way that Aldis is approaching this match... He's not using his normal mannerisms. He's not trying to avoid the fight. Yeah, he's trying to avoid the defeat, but he hasn't been stalling on the outside. He hasn't been, you know, making overtures to grabbing the world title. I mean, he's in there for the fight, which I think is really adding something to this match. In previous times, you could see Aldis, you know, he could leave. Like, he doesn't have to beat Stevens. Stevens has to beat Aldis. Yeah, I don't know what Nick Aldis uses in his hair, but I think I need some, man. I think that would make my look good. Chris, and as both men are trying to struggle to get to their feet, Aldis looking for that sign of life. Stevens is moving over. Neither one of the men are up to their feet yet. Stevens, first one to move. Stevens with his arm over the champ. That's a 2 count. Almost 3. That was almost 3. Is that what you wanted, Carnivore? Lamb thinks that the match will end with a typical Aldous finish. Yeah, I mean, it's starting to feel that way. Yes, Matt, that's the same Austin Idol, yeah. Thanks, Lamb. Stevens working up ahead of steam, has Aldous on the ropes, puts him on the top. Uh-oh. Stevens going up for that superplex. He's got it cinched in. All he had to do is muscle Aldous over. Aldous fights it off. Oh, no. And now shot to the face. A headbutt. Oh, no. Stevens loses footing. He's falling prey. Aldous with the elbow from the second rope. And that's a 1. That's a 2. That's a 2.5. No 3. Yeah, I mean, this match is getting really, really good. Yeah, Lamb, Aldous has always had a really good elbow drop, no doubt about it. He looks great in that ring. But every chance that every chance that Steven gets some momentum going, Aldous finds a way to outmaneuver it. He just signified to the crowd that he's looking for a pile driver, I think. Or maybe he's going to lock in the Kingsland Cloverleaf. The reversal, we know that was coming. I think we might be heading to King Lynn, though. Oh, another roaring elbow, and that one connects.
Exactly, and you know their gas tank is low, man. You know it is. It has to be. This has been a match.
Chris, if you're listening and not watching the YouTube channel, we have 2 streams. One goes to Twitch, one goes to YouTube. So you might only see the YouTube comments instead of the Twitch comments, and Lamb just happens to be on both of them. Oh, there it is. There it is. The missile drop kick inverted into the Texas Cloverleaf. That's it. This match is over. If he gets that leg over, this match is done, and it's done. That's it. That's it. No one has escaped the Kingland Cloverleaf, and I don't think Aaron Stevens is going to be able to do it. He's too far away from the ropes. You know he doesn't want to quit. In the spirit of Josephus, the spirit of the question mark, his sensei, he does not want to quit, but he can't reach the rope. The lower back was worked on ever since missing the moonsault, and there it is. The champ just brought him right back in and sunk it in. Stevens still refusing to quit. That's the fight of the challenge right here. The NWA World Tag Team Champion not willing to put it in, not willing to quit. And look at that. You don't ever. Oh my God! Stevens broke it. Wow. Wow. Lamb, you don't like that? You didn't like that Cloverleaf? I thought the match was over, honestly. Look, I want Stevens to win. Carnivore, you know why. I want Stevens to win, but that's an uphill battle when you're talking about somebody like Nick Aldis. I don't want to see a count out. I want to see this match have a finish.
I'm sensing Nick is overconfident right now.
Uh-oh. Stevens runs him right into the post. Knocks over the podium. Oh, David Marquez would be pissed right now. The podium is dead.
Is that the mistake we were talking about? Is that the banana peel that Nick may have just slipped on?
I mean, if we explain this in a match-wise, hurting that shoulder is gonna prevent Aldis from maybe locking in the Cloverleaf. There are the 4. Aldis is in the ring. He's waiting for that early, the easy victory here. And I use the term easy loosely. Oh, come on, Stevens. Get in the ring. Stevens, get in the ring. Yes. Aldis is going right for it. He's going right for that cloverleaf. With the injured shoulder, that's a bad move. That's a bad move. Where Stevens, come on. Stevens is preventing the cloverleaf. A kick to the chest. Stevens, oh, spear right into the corner. Uh-oh. Belly to back on that. Oh, no. I don't even know what that was. He's got a crossface on. There's no way Aldis is going to tap out. No way. Foot on the ropes. Never in question. Steven should have said, I have till 5. He's working that shoulder more. Nick with the roll-up. Stevens working into that cross. Crossface. Aldis rolled away from the ropes. That seems like a botch. I want Stevens to win. I just know that Aldis is getting to get out. He's going to crawl to the ropes. Come on, Stevens. Yeah, you knew that was going to happen. Oh, now he's ready to go. He's fresh. Stevens. There it is, the roll-up. Into the roll-up. Roll-up. Whose shoulders were down?
That is a veteran maneuver by Nick Aldis. We've seen it time and time again, able to just switch the momentum enough of an inside cradle, and he was able to retain the NWA World's Heavyweight.
A roll-up. That was a good match. I didn't like the finish. Aldis is your champ. You're happy with the roll-up, Chris? Carnivore, you're happy with the roll-up? I'd rather see him tap out. Show me the replay. I don't think his shoulders were down. Wait, they're both heels. What are you talking about? Stevens didn't go in there as a face. It was a good match. It was good. It was a good match. Look, I'm not saying it wasn't a good match. I would have rather see it end with something other than a roll-up, but it was a good match. I don't think you're going to see an embrace. Maybe a handshake. Sign of respect. Sure. That's good. That's good. Look, there's a reason why Nick Aldis is your world's heavyweight champion. Well, that's classy. That's classy. Did I see Danny Deals back there? Yeah, I did. That was good. That's classy. And that's it, guys. That's the very first watch along. We've been on the air for 3 hours. And DK says he was okay with it. I liked it. It was a good way to end out the show. I still would have liked to have seen, personally, I would have liked to have seen a different finish, but it was a great match. You can't take away from Nick Aldis. The guy is an athlete. He's a total package without, copying on Lex Luger there. He's a total package. He cuts a great promo. He has the in-ring ability. It wasn't the finish I wanted to see, but you can't take away how good Nick Aldis is. And that sets us up into NWA Power. Our champions, no title changed hands. Tom Latimer, the Pope, was a great match. Probably my favorite match of the night. I kind of expected it to be. It definitely delivered. The World's Heavyweight Championship match was still a great match. Really, really solid heavyweight title match. Willie B says Tyrus still sinks, and I agree with that. I wasn't happy with Tyrus at all. Overall, good pay-per-view, man. I'm happy with my $19.99. I thought it was a very good investment. I've been entertained for the last 2 hours, and I do appreciate you guys being here with me on this show today. Again, we're gonna be, if this is your first time checking us out, we do the pre-party every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 o'clock Pacific, just ahead of NWA Power. And then on Thursday nights, we will be returning with the Alliance Guys podcast as we will break down what happened on NWA Power with DKM and the former World Junior Heavyweight Champion, Kevin Frazier. So that's going to do it for us, guys. Man, I'm very happy that this happened. I'm very happy that the pay-per-view lived up to the potential. It was a good time. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you click, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share it. Let your friends know that what we're doing here and part of this whole hashtag NWA fam and this community that we're trying to build. We're here for the NWA, and hopefully the NWA is going to continue to provide great quality like we saw tonight. Again, really happy with the presentation. Really happy with the way the card ended. A nice remembrance for Joseph Hudson. And well, that's gonna do it. So again, thanks guys, and we'll see you at the matches. Y'all have a good night. If you're gonna watch Fastlane, let me know how it was.